What is going on, you beautiful bunch of savages? I am your host, Cyrus the Looney. Joining me in the commentary booth is the one and only J-Dime TV for this historic card, Primetime 76, NM Smudger v TT Huhu, and of course, the one and only BFAP Trickzzy up against KM Caliber in the co-main event. Two title events there, J-Dime, and absolutely stacked top to bottom, my man. How are you doing this evening?
I'm feeling great right now, and we have a bunch of great fights, Cyrus.
Yes,
we
sir.
have Dirty Dave versus...
apologies on that one. That was my problem. That was my problem.
Yesterday.
That was yesterday, bro.
Yesterday.
We are off to a flying start, but as you said, Smudger up against Huhu in the top one. May as well talk about that one for a quick second there, bro. I mean, these guys, it's been building towards this fight for quite a long time. Of course, Smudger absolutely killing it, 7-0, but Huhu been hot on his trails and calling for this for a long time.
Yeah, and Smudger has been really dominant. He looked like the PlayStation GOAT right now, but Huhu is the most confident challenger we've had in a very long time, Cyrus.
Yeah, man, he's been calling it. He was a little bit upset he didn't get it. I think it was last week. Smudger was not available to compete on that Saturday, so he went into a #1 contenders matchup up against an undefeated opponent, and you know, looked absolutely fantastic. Knocked it out of the park, secured this main event spot, and he believes that he has the champ's number. But as you said, Smudger has been looking like the pound-for-pound GOAT at the moment, so I think it's a beautiful, beautiful matchup. And then, of course, in the co-main event, my man, BFAP Trickzzy, as I mentioned, up against KM Caliber. This is not the first time that these guys have fought, Jay. Caliber has beaten Trickzzy once, and I think Trickzzy has beaten Caliber once, so I think that they are currently in a spot going into this one where third fight, winner kind of takes all. This is from last season, though. That wasn't the beginning of this season. First fight in this season. But either way, third time coming up, 1-on-1 in the previous season. I think it's an entertaining one. They're very, very kind of closely contested in terms of overall skills.
Yeah, because even though Trickzzy is the GOAT, Caliber sometimes gives him problems. And Caliber is really game. Remember what we used to call him? The Donald Cerrone
Yeah,
of Primetime, because he would just take these late notice fights and he would beat the favorite every time too.
Yeah, and he does it like a lot of the time with unorthodox picks when he, and like I was going to say, when he feels like he's got the opportunity to do so, but he does it against everybody, man. Big names. He's done it. I'm pretty sure he's gone like people like Lyoto Machida up against Trickzzy when he actually beat Trickzzy, and that, you know, he was able to secure the victory. I don't know if he's going to go down those routes again this evening. Of course, it is for the title, and you know, with the kind of stakes being a case of 1-1 going into this one, of course, he's going to want to kind of bring that trilogy to an end and come out victorious on the other end. But the only kind of major change to tonight's card, from what I'm aware of so far there, J-Dime, is that Canio up against Switch Spitty will no longer be happening. Those guys got lost on the way to the Octagon, or so it would seem. But we do have the one and only NBK Vuck, also known as Vuck Gaming, up against Ripe MMA. These guys fight on the PlayStation side of things. They are very, very game opponents here, Jay. I'm expecting, you know, big things, brother. Absolutely big things from these two guys.
Yeah, I'm expecting fireworks too. And I always have to bring this up about Vuck Gaming. He may be the most hated because, like I said, I've never seen everybody in a stream gather together to go against one man. And all of those people who gathered together, they didn't like each other. It was people who hate each other still were on the same side to go against him. So, like I said, hate him or love him.
I think that he's built a little bit of support now since then. But you are absolutely right. When he came onto the scene and initially had his first couple of fights, he did seem to have an overwhelming amount of people kind of go at him. But if you don't have your haters, brother, then you are not doing something right. But these guys started out quickly, touch of gloves, Borg pushing Ripe MMA up against that cage very quickly with a side kick to the body. He is going to be a much shorter fighter, but of course I think he's got a decent amount of power over Smoker.
That's a great takedown, though, for Ray Borg, because if he didn't do that, I feel like Luis Smoker may have kept him. He may have stayed on the back foot and used his range, used his jab, Cyrus.
Yeah, I think you're exactly right. Smoker is a little bit underrated on the mat, so I don't know if this is necessarily going to play into his favor. Almost got top mount there for a second, but Borg's intelligently working his way back to the full guard. Unfortunately, that is on their end, not ours. But when they are back, he's raining down ground and pound. Didn't leave us waiting for too long, Jay.
Yeah, I thought they had stopped real quick to take a coffee break. Then they were going to keep fighting. But yeah, we're back.
Oh, lovely work. Using the cage to pass across into the side control position. Now side saddle, getting a couple of shots in, but very active on the match here. They're not wasting too much time. Kind of very, it's almost like a flow roll at the moment, or it feels like they haven't been able to settle into too many positions.
Yeah, it's a lot of denials right now. Not a lot of damage being done, but I don't know if Ray Borg's shooting has ended up going against him. I thought it was a good thing at first, but it looks like it's a bad thing because now Luis Smolka has control, Cyrus.
Yeah, he's got some great jits, man. He's going to continue to work his way intelligently, getting a couple of shots in, and that right there, as our resident doc would tell you, is kind of one of the telltales of an incredibly talented grappler. Just the ability to posture up, throw a couple of shots to get some damage off and maintain the position, but then actually posturing down of your own accord, Jay, because it means that he's able to actually, kind of maintain that position a little bit more easily, at least for the time being, although Vuk Gaming does manage to work his way back to his feet.
Yeah, but at the same time, Luis Smolka ended up having the advantage in that exchange, and because of that, he has a slight stamina advantage because of the denies, Cyrus.
Yeah, exactly. A couple of big missed shots. Right now, Borg's doing a great job in and out movement, trying to force Smolka into throwing a couple of shots at air and succeeding to do so. I'm surprised that he took it back to the mat, to be quite honest with you, but if he's in a dominant position and he's able to work these elbows, obviously they'll stack up and, may end up playing some dividends a little bit later on. 40 seconds, quite a long time when you got elbows like this coming down on you, bro. Jesus.
Oh my. Yeah, he may have won this round off that alone. Because now he's doing damage now. He may have seen something he liked the first time they was on that ground, Cyrus.
Yeah, 100%, man. He's not wasting any time. The damage is one of the biggest indicators on there. His opponent was able to, get up a lot of top control, but didn't get too much damage off. Borg's actually maybe the guy that got the most significant strikes of that round off. Could be a little bit wrong. Actually, a lot more equal than I thought, to be fair.
That's a close round because I don't think ground control is scored very high unless you're doing damage. But he did damage at the end of that round. So it's an interesting round, but that's why I'm glad I'm not a judge, Cyrus.
Exactly right, brother. Exactly right. Starting out nice and quickly in the second round. Looks like Vuk Gaming is coming with a grapple-heavy routine here this evening. A couple of takedown attempts early, clinched, working it in a very dirty fashion, Jay, and this is why people get frustrated with him. It's because it's a difficult thing to deal with when a guy has a full array of mixed martial arts and he keeps like clinching you, shooting on takedowns, and then throwing some haymakers on the feet.
But I like what, even though he missed that takedown, I like what Ray Borg is doing. He's trying to get him to that cage so he can make the takedown easier, so he don't have to shoot from the middle of the cage, Cyrus.
Yeah, I feel like everything he does sets up the next thing. Obviously being the shorter fighter, this is a smart move as well, just because you don't want to be playing at range. There are moments where you're not going to be at your A game on the feet or not in the correct range, so all of these other kind of intangibles are going to go a long way just to keep your opponent guessing and, in your hopes, try to make him a bit gun-shy, but that doesn't seem to be affecting Ripe MMA. His hands are getting let loose, if anything.
Yeah, he's throwing those hands and feet now too, Cyrus.
Chop in the leg, returned by Borgs. That side kick is money. He's landed every one that he's thrown, and the in and out movement once again, just getting his opponent to throw those 1-2s at air and then shoot in with takedowns or come over the top with some big overhands and the like has been beautiful to watch from Vuk Gaming. He's able to secure a ground position once again, gets the side control position, seems to be one of his favorite spots, and he does some work from here.
Oh, yeah, you're right. And if I was Ripe MMA, I'd start circling on that cage because he's letting himself get pushed too far to that cage, and that's why Ray Borg is taking him down.
Oh, bro.
Ooh.
Yeah, pretty brutal. He chopped up that block for a couple of seconds, went down the barrel with a couple of straight shots, all finding their mark. Damage, at least for my money, going heavily in the favor of Borgs in this round. Ray Borg, right? Ray in this round, but there's still a minute 20, and it doesn't look like he's settling, staying active, and that could lead to some submission opportunities or some reversals for Ripe MMA.
Yeah, that's a great reversal right there by Ripe MMA, and I feel like Ripe, even though he's giving up ground control, he's not taking that much damage, and now he's on top, but I don't know what he can do because there's only 45 seconds left, Cyrus.
Yeah, not a lot of time. Of course, RNC not available from this position. May want to just hold out the position, accumulate some more top control, or thought he may try to go for that full guard position to try and get some ground and pound off. The problem is that Vuk is so active on the mat. You know, anytime he's in a dangerous position, he just gives you a, you know, something to think about, moves into something like full guard and the like, just to try and make it a little bit more difficult to get any major damage off. Bro, these guys are even and even. 9 and 9 in the first round and 11 and 11 in the second. Neck for neck every step of the way, so it would seem.
So how are we scoring this right now? So what's...
I think 1-1, maybe 2-0 to Borgs. I could see an argument for 1-1. What about you, Jay?
I could argue... Oh, never mind.
Bro.
That's not going to matter. It doesn't matter. We may not need the judges. That may not matter.
The lunging shots coming out as well now. Love to see them.
Ooh.
Getting a bit tricky. Vuk Gaming leaving it all out there, Jay.
Yeah, he was letting his hands go. Yeah, he is. Hey, we're not going to need the judges, Cyrus. Forget what the judges say. This probably is... No, it's not over. That's why I held it back, Cyrus.
Yeah, I know. Look, Vuk Gaming, though, he's hungry for it. He threw that overhand with mean intentions, trying to catch his opponent when they couldn't defend themselves as they worked their way back to the feet. Smoker now pressing the pace, looking for an opportunity of his own.
Nice. Oh, why didn't he counter? That's a nice pull. That's what he needed, because that could have changed this whole fight, because he's down right now. Yeah, that was the big opening for a counter opportunity. The pressure didn't seem to be going very well for Vuk Gaming, definitely causing him some concerns, but then he grappled it, you know, changed position, was able to get the clinch, pushed him up against the cage, and I mean, that head health from elbows in the clinch, that was really nice, and you know it sets up a takedown a little bit later on if he gets back into that position. I don't think it's going to be a takedown later on. I think they're just brawling here. I think they want to let them hands fly. Trying to look for that pull counter. Goes for the hip toss. Nicely defended from Ripe MMA, though. He continues to pour on the pressure right here. You can see the head health of Vuk Gaming getting under that halfway mark, but he answers with the left hook, Jay. Yeah, Luis Smoker needs to do something now. This is a competitive fight, but in my opinion, he needs a knockout, Cyrus, so you got to push.
Yeah, if you're thinking it's 1-1, maybe even going into this round, at the moment, Ray Borgs absolutely dominating this round. I mean, just 2 knockdowns, 3 knockdowns.
Yeah, it's over. It's actually over. No, this time it's actually over. I can't. This is game.
How did he survive, bro? How does he survive?
I need to stop saying that. I need to stop saying it's over, because it's never over.
Man, I think we've said it before, but like just the ability for these guys to, you know, pull themselves back from dire positions like that on the mat is amazing, but not an opportunity going to be given there, bro.
Stop swinging.
Nah, like, he survived too many times. He didn't want to give him an opportunity to come back to life, Jay. That was killer instinct at its finest. Vuk Gaming chopping away at his opponent until he eventually fell. An impressive performance, Jay.
Very good performance, and I feel like he has some hidden animosity because he was already dead and out, and he kept punching him, Cyrus.
He did. Said super necessary, you know, following up, just, that's it. I think it's because he knocked him down a few times in that round, and he managed to survive way too many. He got top-mounted, bro, moments before. It was actually 2018, so Vuk Gaming was ahead in that fight, 2-0 going into that third one. Wright would have likely needed a knockout, but an entertaining fight. And I think a very, very closely contested fight until that third round came around, Jay. You know, obviously just the power from Vuk, the way he was setting up those shots, eventually kind of reigned supreme, if you will.
Yeah, he fought a really good fight, and I'm going to give Vuk credit because Vuk has, even the fights he's lost, he's fought really well, and he's always made constant improvement to his game all the time, Cyrus.
Definitely, bro, definitely. The next fight that we do have on the cards for you now is, of course, the one and only ICB Lepo. He's going to be taking on another, you know, kind of, I want to say veteran. He's been around for a little while now, I do believe, Crimmy. I haven't been able to call too many of his fights personally, but Crimmy is going to be stepping up to that task. They're going to be fighting in the welterweight division, and they are just currently getting lobbied up as we speak. So I want to take a little bit of a moment, Jay, just to kind of cast forward. We spoke about the main and the co-main event quite a lot in depth earlier. When you look down this card, is there any kind of standout fights for yourself? I mean, like I said, I know it's stacked. It's hard to pick between them, but well, is there any that you're looking for more than the others, even just a little bit?
You said a fight that stands out. There's just so many. There's so many fights because I can say Gemini versus Amazon. That's a sleeper. I can even say I'm not calling him Raw Poppy. Wavy versus KIA Ned. That's a great fight too. There's so many. So there's not one I just can choose from, Cyrus.
Like I said, it's difficult to pick them apart. Myself personally, there's, like I said, a few that really stand out above the rest, just kind of in terms of some of the background talkings that I've heard about and the like, and that would be Josh up against Smoke. They're both from the same camp. They're very close friends. They were talking some trash behind leading up to this fight as well, though just kind of friendly enough, but competitively at each other's neck, and they're currently going into this one both 3-1. So they have an identical record, all finishes, and when you've trained with somebody, you're known for getting finishes anyway, but then you're going up against somebody that you're really familiar with. I think it just makes for a beautiful matchup because there's no real feeling out process in those types of matches, right?
Yeah, and who knows you better than your teammate? So the fight may look a little different than we're used to seeing because they're going to know each other so well, trained hundreds of rounds together, Cyrus.
Yeah, you'd imagine. So I mean, like I said, a couple of the guys that I've trained with in the past, like you get like 100, 200, 300, 400 fights in with these guys. Like I said, there's you know everything that they have to offer, and you know that in a lot of the time, if you trained with somebody that much as well, those fights are normally kind of 50-50 chop-ups. They can really go any way. But with all that being said, right, we are going to move on from the young Lepo fight for a moment. I'm not too sure what is the kind of delays as we currently go, so we're going to kind of skip straight on to the next one, which is, I know you don't like to say it, but Raw Pappy. He is going to be taking on the one and only KIA Ned. Ned fought really recently as well, man. He's a killer. It's hard to say anything. He doesn't need very little introduction. The guy throws hands. He throws them often and early, always going for finishes. And honestly, Raw Pappy has come into this undefeated this season. He's going up against a veteran in the scene. He can go 3-0 here if he's able to get past KIA's Ned, and what a great feather in his cap that would be as well there, Jay.
Yeah, because Ned, name hold weight. Ned has a lot of name value, and recently, I'll give Ned credit. Ned's always been a killer, but we've seen a composed killer to a certain extent. We've seen his composure get a lot better, Cyrus.
Yeah, and it's interesting, right? Because like Humble said that he hasn't actually been playing as much, Ned, like leading up to these things, and that can sometimes actually be a benefit because you overplayed it, overtrained. Holloway talks about, Max Holloway talks about not sparring anymore, does a lot of pad work, just keeps all of his weapons sharp. And I myself personally, I don't really get too much time on the Xbox these days, but every now and again, once a month or so, I'll load up Xbox, and it feels a lot crisper. You feel a lot more kind of dialed in, and I think that may be the key to some of Ned's recent success. But even with that all being said, Jay, when you have an O in your name, when you are 2-0, 3-0, and the like, you don't want to lose it. You'll do absolutely anything to get it. With him going Anthony Pettis, it looks like he's going to be trying to show up here this evening, put on a big performance, and try to get something spectacular over the veteran in Ned. Easier said than done, but what a knee! Oh. Jeez.
Yeah, this may be stylistically, this is a crazy fight because Ned fight so fast, and I've seen Wavy be really composed and counter really well. So realistically, they don't match up. Their styles don't match up well, Cyrus.
No, you're right. We'll see. Right now, Pettis has actually had a really good start out to the fight, and I feel like when Conor McGregor's behind in terms of stamina, obviously he's still dangerous, but it puts you in the driving seat. You can continue to chip away at that, but it's almost like Adesanya, right? In that last fight, it doesn't take too many from Conor to be able to rock the bell. So you need to be perfect for those full 15 minutes, or until the man drops in front.
Yeah, when you're going against Conor, you have to make him miss them big shots and make him drain some of that stamina, because Conor's going to have less stamina than you, realistically, Cyrus.
Yeah, exactly. He's working the boxing quite nicely. He's using a lot of head movement, Ned is, early on in this fight. I wonder if, Wavy is going to try and time off some rounded shots, whether it be the hook or the head kick. He's very quick. When Pettis stands still, throws a planted kick, it does come out lightning fast, just like that right there. I think a little bit more of that may play dividends to him, especially if he's able to maintain the range, because Conor is trying to crash into him, in spots here, Jay. He's trying to crash and just try and trade some of that damage or that power that he knows Conor's got.
Oh, yeah. Conor's going to try to close this distance and hit him with some power, but Anthony Pettis got to keep using his long limbs, keeping him at bay. He can't get caught on the ropes, on the cage, because that's danger for him, Cyrus.
No, exactly, brother. Oh my God! Spin kick to the head. Conor McGregor setting up combinations. Ned wants the finish, but sidestep into the flying knee. Jay Dime, these guys heating up quickly, bro.
Yeah, this is getting good, because when I thought it was tough for him to close distance, he stunned Anthony Pettis and he had him on that cage where he didn't want to be, Cyrus.
Right now, Ned is planting on those straights. He's trying to get that left hand to land the money shot. Pettis doing greater recovering, lands the head kick, but then gets caught trying to push for the finish.
He drops him. Oh my gosh, this is crazy. This is crazy. I want to see what happens next. No, he's on the cage again. If I'm Conor, I'd cut that cage. You got him where you want him, and I would start trying to piece him up, Cyrus.
Yeah, he was doing a good job right there. His cage cutting not following, but the lead body roundhouse led to an animation which allowed Pappy to circle out back to the center. My God, that was an interesting first round, but these two guys wouldn't expect anything less, but no judges needed in fights like this, J-Dime. Finishes and finishes galore by these guys, and they look to continue to live up to their names here this evening.
Yeah, this is for sure not going to the scorecards. I'm almost 100% sure we're not going to the judges.
They're leaving it all out there. Even the chat, no way this is going 3 rounds. No, 100%, brother, 100%. Pettis continuing to work that body. McGregor trying to set up the uppercuts. Patty looking for the head kicks.
Ooh.
That's the problem when you Pettis, right, Jay? Kicking to the body can sometimes be problematic because of the boxing combinations that come away from Conor McGregor. He's just so fast with those hands and he hits so goddamn hard.
Yeah, it's the range. You can't get caught kicking in boxing range, or Conor will put you to sleep, Cyrus.
The head kick just about missed. But then the front kick lands, trying to go to that body. A little bit more hesitant, and I think that's a little bit more intelligent. This time around, he rushed it the last time, got caught and rocked. Doesn't want to fall into that again. The calculated damage being landed by Pettis. He's got Ned on the ropes right here, bro.
Oh yeah, it's over. No, this is over, right? No, it's not. Okay, it's not over.
Bro, by the skin of his teeth.
Bad.
But that was
it just looks bad.
That was a killer sequence, though. That was a killer sequence. I mean, referees may have stalked that. You know what I mean?
Yeah. We've seen it. We've seen it recently.
God, Ned is a fucking warrior, though, bro. He ain't giving up. He's looking for big shots, keeping that block high. And he knows that Conor McGregor's got that left hand with the one-hitter quitter. But the body work is adding up so well for Pettis. Got him in all sorts of trouble here.
He's trying to kill him, but Conor is still dangerous, Cyrus.
Oh, yeah. To the final bell, that power does translate. Honestly, though, the flow of the combinations from Wavy here. Raw Pappy doing the damn thing, trying to show up and show out. Oh my God, brutal
body shots. Yeah, these body shots, them switch kicks, when he throws them at the right range, it's getting Conor. But if Conor can get him while he's in boxing range throwing that, he may be able to change the outcome of this, Cyrus. Never mind.
See, Ned being the veteran he is, though, even seen that flying knee coming, tried to slip it, but the body work just absolutely... Oh, bro, it's horrendous, isn't it? Wavy Pappy, Raw Pappy, also known as the Butcher.
Yeah. But I'm still scared just because of Conor power. I'm still scared. He's dominated. Oh, never mind. He's taking the power away from him. He's killing his body.
That switch kick is hard to watch at this stage. The body health blinking eternally. He is trying to circle out. He is trying, just like you said, Jay, timing the kicks when he's in close. trying to let off with a 3-4 punch combination. But after he got caught, when Mopapi got him hurt, then pushed him and got caught with the uppercut, he did not fall into that kind of pitfall again. He did not make that mistake twice, and he has just been so intelligent in the way that he has approached deconstructing his opponent over the last 5 minutes.
Yeah, if I'm him, I'm not doing nothing fancy. I'm keeping it simple because he already broke down. Just keep breaking him down until he finally crumbles and he's knocked out for good, Cyrus.
Yeah, and he keeps going to it. Ned is trying to block it, but that sets up the head kick, my man. Woo.
Yeah.
Bro. God damn. The insult at the end, I thought he was going to keep that going for a little longer, but start using that little head movement. Jesus, there's a lot of support for Mopapi in the chat, and you can understand. So, remains undefeated, Jay. Remains undefeated 3-0 here this evening, and as we mentioned going into this fight, just a fucking great feather in his cap. I mean, we saw it even in that fight. Ned, as game as ever, but only one man can get his hand raised.
Yeah, that was a beautiful performance. He broke down the body. Early, he was getting caught in the first round, but he made adjustments. But that hurt me as a Conor fan to see him go out like that. That hurt, Cyrus.
Yeah, for sure. It did, but if we've seen anything, Ned will be back, better than ever, always is. Goes back to the drawing board, trains with the guys over at KAA, and, they put in the work, bro. They put in the work very, very, intelligently. They always seem to make adjustments to their game, and Ned has been one of the leading kind of guys in that regard for them for a long time. He's one of the staples of that camp. But, my man, with that all being said, it does move us on very, very nicely to the next one. Austin JG up against Deagle Fly. These guys are going to be fighting in the Xbox division. Deagle Fly, actually former PlayStation champion. Now
I remember.
Yeah, exactly.
I remember when he was the champion. That's crazy.
But now he's come across this way. He's going to be up against the one and only AJG Gamer, also known as Austin JG, or Karen Till, as some people may remember him as.
Karen Till.
The man of many names, the man of many finishes. Very entertaining styles, honestly, both of these guys. Deagle Fly was not only just known for being a champion, but he was an excellent champion. He was an entertaining champion. He came to bring all that action, wanted all the smoke all the time. Got very, very fast finishes in some of his, kind of fights leading up to it as well. But with that being said, Karen Till, I think he's been competing on the competitive scene for maybe like 3 or 4 years now, and he's been active, bro, not just in primetime, but across the board. And that sort of experience comes with its benefits and allows you to be able to dig deep in many a situation.
Yeah, and think about this. Deagle Fly may be looking to go on a win streak to get his PlayStation belt back, because it's been that long since he was champion. I remember when he was champion. That I wasn't even commentating at the time, but I remember watching it though, because I remember watching the fight. He beat up Humble. Sorry, Humble. I remember watching that, Cyrus.
Bro, no, he was an absolute killer over there on PlayStation. Obviously, now being over on Xbox, he's trying to just showcase that he can do it on both consoles. If he can add it, he'll be a double champ then if he does get it. Maybe not at the same time, but he would have had 2 different championships on 2 different divisions within the promotion, which very, very few people can say that they've been able to accomplish. But he does have the skills to do it. I feel like this matchup right here up against Karen Till will really, really showcase where he is at right now, on the Xbox side of things. And, exactly the same for Karen. I keep calling him Karen. Exactly the same for Austin because, he's been away for a little while and he's trying to make a bit of a splash coming back here this evening.
Why did he change his name? I don't like when people do that. That's such a goated name. Karen Till? That's a great name. Don't change that.
It was a great name. But, no, we will see. These guys, right, the one thing I do love is that they are predominantly known for their striking. They're known for getting finishes and getting finishes quickly, kind of that live by the sword, die by the sword sort of mentality. But they do have some incredibly talented kind of grappling attributes to their disposal as well. If they decide to go there, it's just more often than not, they do this right here, Jay. They continue to swing bombs in the center, active with their combinations.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to a great striking match, unless somebody gets hurt. Then they may panic shoot, Cyrus.
Yeah. Well, Honestly, Panic Wrestling, it has its moments, brother. Sometimes you need to slow that guy down. And look at the combinations from John Dodson right now. Garantil knows that he is incredibly quick, incredibly explosive, both in terms of the power and the speed that he brings to the table. Deaglefly trying to be elusive. He's trying to be a little bit more unorthodox with Tim Elliott. It's actually an underrated pick. He's pretty big for this weight class out here, Jay Tim. And, he does actually hit relatively hard, even though he's a little bit slower than a lot of the other guys.
Yeah, he hits slow, but he has good kicks and he has good punches. But is he big for the weight class or is John Dodson small?
Maybe a combination of both. John Dodson is a bit of a miniature man, but rest assured, like I said, he's a bit of a power ball. It's like one of those balls you throw against the wall and they just never stop bouncing. That's kind of like, he just doesn't seem to run out of energy. So explosive. He hits freaking hard, bro. He hits freaking hard. I suppose that's why he was being so successful, even given some of the disadvantages that he has due to his reach and his height.
He was successful because whatever somebody advantage can also be a disadvantage if you use it against them. And John Dodson didn't have reach, but he was short, explosive, and fast. And that's a good combination, like a little bullet. Like I always say, that's like a little bullet, Cyrus.
He is, bro. He is. And he hits you with one of those, you dying, bro. So a lot of the guys being separated from their consciousness, and it's rare to see in these lower weight classes as well to have that sort of power. But as you can see right now, this guy is working his combinations, already bloodied the nose of Deaglefly, who is trying to answer back with some combinations of his own, but I feel like he's just about being beaten to the punch.
Ooh.
Although that was a lovely counter right there, trying to get some of his own back, Jay.
Yeah, he heard you talking. That's why he started swinging, because he thought to himself, damn, Cyrus think I'm getting my ass whooped. Let me hit him real quick.
Yeah, bro, sometimes you got to give him some of that inspiration, right? But he's fighting off the back foot, which is traditionally a little bit harder to do as well. But I do want to see if Deaglefly tries to change it up. Maybe he's just trying to take John Dodson into a little bit of a later part in the round so he doesn't have as much stamina, and then he can really start to turn the tide and win, kind of a little bit of a war of attrition. But it might be a little bit easier said than done, because as you can see, the stamina for Dodson, not actually that bad. He's recovered very well, and that's because of the effectiveness of the shots that he has chosen here this evening, Jay.
Yeah, and Deaglefly got to keep John Dodson on the end of his punches, because right now he's getting pieced by John Dodson. He got to go where John Dodson can't hit him, because he's the taller man, Cyrus.
No, he is, brother. He is. Let's if he can continue to play that, maybe some of the lunging shots go a long way with somebody as unorthodox as Tim Elliott. I'd even suggest to throw in some of that wrestling. He's very good on the ground as well, Jay.
Yeah, but does he need the wrestling right now? No, it's close on the feet, but that can literally change everything. You're right, Cyrus.
Yeah, you are absolutely right. It's not like he's in a dire moment where he needs it, but I just feel like it may give some advantages. I want to stop this right here. Oh my God.
Never mind. Maybe he should use the wrestling, Cyrus. You're right.
God damn, bro. That was a big killer combination from Dodson here. He doesn't seem to be letting his foot off the pedal anytime soon. Marching forward. Has like that killer attitude about him here this evening, or so it would seem. But he needs to keep the hands up, Jay. Add a couple of combinations to the face right there, being a little bit lax in his defense.
Yeah, but John Dodson is controlling where this fight goes right now. He's fighting at his pace. He's controlling the range. He's controlling that center, Cyrus.
Yeah. Oh, God, man. Like, every single step of the way, he's looking good. He's looking in control. Combinations, but the head movement from Deaglefly allows him to live another day. Didn't look like AJG Gamer liked it. Threw him the little bobblehead taunt back. But goes back to trying to land a couple of flurries. Keeping him honest here, Jay.
Yeah, and I'm not going to lie to you. It's maybe time for Tim Elliott to use some of that grappling, because John Dodson is walking forward like a man possessed right now.
Yeah, nothing seems to be stopping this forward momentum. He came in here knowing that pressure was the name of the game. It was his route to success.
Ooh.
That kick has come out a few times, right, Jay? It's looked pretty good from him. I feel like it's been his most dangerous weapon thus far.
Yeah, he's landed it a few times. It looks good, but he's still fighting at John Dodson pace.
You're right.
Oh my.
God, man, like just
Oh
absolutely.
my God.
The combinations,
Oh my.
non-stop, the momentum, the upkick of doom once again allows him to survive, but I don't know how, bro.
Oh, comeback season. Hold on. Diggle needed that. He needed that more than anything because he was getting walked down. Thank that now momentum is changing. This is a game of momentum.
Whew. Saved by the bell, bro. Saved by the bell.
Man, he needed that because he was getting pieced up. Now this may be able to change the momentum going into that last round because he finally found success. He know he can hurt John Dodson. Now John Dodson is hurt too.
Yeah, well, as you said, momentum is absolutely everything as well, right? Going into that next round now, being able to know that you've checked your opponent's chin, he's going to be a little bit more hesitant to continue that forward momentum, or at least you've got to make him hesitant, to do that in this third round. I feel like Tim Elliott's been on the back foot the majority of this fight. He needs to be the one going first here, Jay. I feel like he needs to set the pace and kind of try to walk down his opponent. No touch of gloves again. He just keeps taunting him. There's a bit of bad blood.
Oh, man. Up now, John Dodson is back. I think he's upset now. Don't make no little powerful guy like that upset.
that little he's calling him a bobbleheader there. That's what he's doing. You know what I mean? He keeps just randomly bobbling miles away, but Deagle Fly seems to have a little bit of bad blood. Doesn't seem to be rating Dodson too much at this stage and wants to embarrass him a little bit, but he has to be careful of that head health. It is in dangerous position, but he gets the trade so well.
Yeah, you know what? You want to hear what's crazy? Their striking stats are similar, but it's that power exchange. John Dodson has that power over him. That's why I wouldn't trade with him. But at this point, he's having some success, and John Dodson's head is blinking too.
Yeah, that's right. Oh, God. The head movement has just about kept him in it, Jay. It's incredible how much he's just been able to survive by moving that head at just the right time, man.
Man, Tim Elliott needs something. He can't. I understand you want to counter, but he can't just be getting pushed back that easily.
No, exactly right. He's trying to work that jab now, but it's in such a bad spot. His block is obliterated. The head health isn't exactly there. Oh, God damn. Rocked again. To the body. Knee.
Yeah, Tim Elliott been moonwalking this whole fight. He's been just backpedaling, and he's not moving back under his accord. John Dodson is pushing him back.
Yeah. It's a crazy pace. It's a crazy pace.
Is it comeback season? Is it comeback season? Is it?
Oh my God, the slip.
Oh, it's not.
Sits him down. That's gotta be it. Oh my God, bro.
Over.
Oh my God. How did these guys caught each other so many times? So many times. It's pretty sensational that, he was able to stay on his feet considering how damaged he was for so long there, Jay. But what an approach. What an approach by Dodson here this evening. Just the way that he, kind of came into it. Austin had a game plan in mind. He was going to walk his opponent down. That's exactly what he did. And he did it with punches in bunches.
He fought him like he had no respect for him. The way he was marching forward, he marched forward with no fear of any of Tim Elliott attributes. Like, he didn't respect him. That's what it looked like, Cyrus.
No, exactly right, bro. He until a little bit later on in the fight, it was almost like he didn't need to respect him much. Maybe he just thought, I have more power in my hands if I'm landing at the same rate. To be fair, he was more powerful and he had more speed, right? So he just knew that maybe he was able to land more if he continued down that rate. And he was right. Just an excellent approach all around to get the job done.
Yeah, he pushed forward. My bad, Cyrus.
No,
my bad.
No, what were you saying, brother?
But he pushed him back, and he had no answer for that because the pressure was almost mind blowing. And he wouldn't stop throwing punches at him, Cyrus.
No, exactly, bro. Like I said, non-stop, militant sort of attitude, marching forward, getting the job done. You absolutely love to see it. Talking about getting the job done, one fight that we had just skipped past, they are apparently now ready to get that job done, and that is going to be between Lepo and Crimmy. So I'm just going to quickly touch base with those guys again, but I believe that Lepo is back, brother. And like I said, I'm excited to actually see this fight. I hope that this one's going to come through.
Yeah, I think it is. I heard that Lepo was sleeping and he has now woken up. So hopefully we can get that fight, Cyrus.
Yeah, no, he's responding. Quite honestly, just letting him know to get that shit live. That's what we want to see, right? We want to see activity. Normally, we're being a little bit more flexible about it tonight. Of course, we try to run a smooth show as best as you can, right? It's one of those ones, though, as you run live, little bits of delays can happen there, Jay. Ultimately, we want to see the best matches each and every time. And, you know, with these guys, we know them. We love to see them compete. And we are expecting big things out of this matchup, which is one of the reasons that we give them that little bit of extra flexibility, right? You want to see these guys leave it all in the cage and get their opportunity to compete.
Yeah, I do, but Lepo has to show out because people are talking crazy about Lepo right now in the chat. They're saying he's a ducking coward. Lepo's going to sleep twice tonight. He has to show out. just based on that, he has to show out.
Well, he is now live. They are currently getting into each other's lobby as we speak. Let me just have a little check on the background information here, of course. See what details that we have. But no, these guys still relatively into the season. I think that they're about equal in terms of their wins and losses. I think it's like a 2-2 at this point. They are now scheduled up. They are currently about ready to go live. So this one there, Jay, as it says on your screen, is going to be in the welterweight division. Welterweight is a fun weight class, has a lot of variance to it. You can, really kind of pick between grapplers, strikers, and get the job done around this 4-star sort of levels that we have on the prelims, because of course 4-star only when you're fighting on this part of the card.
Yeah, who would you pick in this situation if it's 4-star fighters? Who would be your go-to pick, Cyrus?
Oh, that's a difficult... myself, personally, honestly, and I know that this is... I'd probably go Mike Perry.
Oh.
I'd probably go Mike Perry. I think that's what I would like, a bit of Mike Perry. And I know that a lot of people wouldn't agree with this. I really like the idea of Eric Silver as well. He's not as good on this one, but he has sneaky power and some decent jits. I used to use him a lot in UFC 3. They've tainted him on this one a little bit. I'm not going to lie to you. It's hard to use Eric Silver on this, but...
Yeah, I've never seen no one use him on UFC 4.
Yeah, it's because he's ass, bro. It's because he's ass. They've given him absolutely nothing, but we are having Darren Till. I forgot that Darren Till is only now 4 stars.
Oh, wow.
I mean, that's the pick right there. If you're not banning Darren Till at 4 stars, who else is there?
No,
God.
Jorge.
That's true.
Yeah,
I think I'd rather Jorge get other than Till, though, man. Till's so big. He has that range, the kickboxing. He can be a difficult man to beat. Conor McGregor obviously has a speed advantage in this one, but I think the power is going to be about equal.
Yeah, but this is driving me crazy right now. He went straight to orthodox. Watching Conor just sit in orthodox is crazy to me. Here we go. Oh, whoa. When did Darren Till learn that?
Well, Lepo will grapple with absolutely anybody, brother, especially if you're giving him some looks that, he doesn't like. Right now, Crimmy looking very crisp with his boxing, doing a good job of keeping him at range. And honestly, I feel like he's forcing Lepo to panic a little bit.
Yeah, I feel like they're both panicking in a way. I feel like they got to get the nerves out. They're fighting jittery like... They're fighting like it's their first time fighting right now, Cyrus.
Mm-hmm.
The pace.
Well, Lepo did just wake up, or so I hear. So maybe he needs a couple of shots to, really, really wake him up or send him back to sleep one way or another. Good left hand land right there. But just to go back to what you said, the fact that Crimmy is actually fighting in an orthodox stance here is semi-painful. And it also actually opens up the rear body kick. For Darren Till, it sets that up beautifully, and that's going to be causing a lot of damage if he continues to dig it to that body.
So this is what I would do if I was Darren Till. We just did. I said I would attack his legs because he looks like he's not comfortable in southpaw. That's what it looks like right now to me, Cyrus.
Yeah, exactly. It's always, I know some people have this issue. It's never made sense to me. It feels like it's the exact same thing. I've never had issue with it, but when people do have issues separating the two in their mind, right, Jay, kind of going between orthodox, it's a big hole in your game that you do need to round out, because especially if you're going to pick somebody like Conor McGregor, you want that left hand in the money position, ready to set up the big shot to get the finish. What the fuck knee, bro?
That's a nice knee, but you know that overhand he threw? It gets me paranoid, because you remember the other week where everyone was winning and kept throwing that overhand and just they would get knocked out. So I would never throw that overhand.
100%. 100%. This is, honestly, like, sometimes when you get like those big overhands or the flying knees, they're just so spectacular because you don't expect them, especially at this sort of level, right? They just they're such big damaging shots, and then your opponent's always a little bit worried that you've got that thing coming back your way again.
They don't look like they're in the same weight class right now. I don't agree with this, UFC, because Conor right now looks about the same size as the Darren Till one.
He does. I mean, to be fair, Conor McGregor looks behemoth these days, mate.
Yeah.
No wonder he ain't in USADA's testing pool. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, he's preparing to fight Francis Ngannou right now. That's what it looks like.
Yeah, bro. He's preparing to be in the testing pool.
Yeah, he's going to do as much as he can before he go back in the testing pool.
He got on that multi-million-dollar yacht, went all the way out, and got some of that secret juice off Costa, mate. That guy is massive. Honestly, right, I think that if they were to, if he does fight in welterweight next, which he's got to be, of course, that sort of frame is going to be a lot more, kind of advantageous to him. He was a little bit undersized, as you can see right here, but that bigger frame probably going to translate into a little bit more power, although I don't know if it's going to help his cardio.
Yeah, that's the big thing. But you know what fight I'd want to see him fight on a comeback? Him and Tony Ferguson at welterweight.
I wouldn't be against it, brother. I wouldn't be against it at all, although. Oh, he has got a little chinny.
He's on the later half of his. Oh, it's over. Oh!
Hit him like he hit Eddie on the way down. That left hand connects on the chin, able to stop the takedown as well. The defense holding up for Crimmy as much as his offense is. Lepo having a tough time here this evening, maybe still yet to fully wake up, Jay.
Yeah, I'm telling you, he came out here nervous. I could tell the pace he started fighting at when it first started. I could tell he had to get the nerves out of him because he probably haven't played a lot today.
Oh my God. But he said overhand city, trying to hand out bean pies left and right, sits him down. But that only seems to have angered Crimmy as he goes back to landing furious combinations on Darren Till.
Yeah, if I'm Crimmy, I'd be mad at myself because he just threw damn near 2 overhands in a row. He threw an overhand and threw another jab, then threw another overhand, and he let that work. If I'm him, I'm mad at myself for letting that work.
For sure. Oh my God, left hand. Then the combinations. Lepo may have just woken up. He may be getting his momentum going. That looked like a little bit more of Lepo of old. Used to fight as part of something called TP, technical pressure. This man, when he gets the combinations going, are brutal. But now he goes Nebo.
Oh my. Another. That's his death by overhands. He's been hit with that overhand a million times, Cyrus.
Oh, and again.
Another. He done killed him. He got to fight him in a parking lot. If this ends here, he got to fight him in a parking lot. Yeah, hey, bro, this fight not over. He has to fight him again. He just, he got to fight him again in the parking lot.
Yeah, this ain't over, bro. This ain't over. They're fighting on site going forward. That's
yeah.
Lepo he was down bad in this one, man. He was down bad. Crimmy was looking sensational. Lepo, like I said, he went overhand city, bro. He went overhand city, and he was setting up different ways. Lead up, overhand, jab, just brings it out of nowhere. I think it was the Nebo that really got Crimmy frustrated, though. I think from that moment onwards, he kind of went, fuck this guy. I'm gonna get him, and it maybe walked him into a couple more shots than he needed to. Sometimes those emotions don't go in your favor.
Yeah, and We gotta watch his. They gotta make a highlight tape of this fight of them overhands. They gotta make one of those because that was death by overhands.
It is. It is. Honestly, though, props. I have to say, Level woke up last moment. Just to dig to that overhand repertoire. Do you know what I mean? Go Nebo, overhand, 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 overhand. Like, I can't believe it worked for a start. It's one of those Hail Mary moments that paid off quite clearly. He's been praying ahead of that one. He was praying in that moment, and they answered his prayers.
Man, I don't even think that's a prayer at that point. The first one's a prayer, but if it keeps hitting, that's not even a prayer at that point. That's just calculated at that point if it keeps working.
Well, with all of this being said, this next fight here is a little bit different, unfortunately. It was my fight, the one I said that we were looking out for, brother. It was initially meant to be between, it was initially meant to be between, like I said, Josh and Storm, which were teammates, close friends. But from what I hear, Storm has gone MIA. I don't know why. They were 3-on-1 up against teammates. They were all ready and raring to go, but as of right now, that is not the case. So it is actually going to be stepping in on short notice. It will be NM Liam. Going to be taking the short notice fight up against Josh, vs Josh, which I think is actually still a very, very entertaining bout. We've seen how, like I said, Josh had been doing 3-1, and NM Liam needs little introduction. This guy has been on an absolute killing spree as of recently.
No Mercy Liam versus Josh. Is that the fight we got right now?
That is correct, sir. That is correct. VS Josh up against NM Liam. Just trying to get that sorted for a moment. I don't know why this is, guys. I'll give you a little bit of a peek behind the behind the curtain here. For some reason, when we are loading up Josh's stream, it's automatically linking us to F1 Formula 1 2022. No idea why, but we will have it go in any moment. They must
be racing. They must be fighting a different game. Not with hands either. They must be fighting with cars.
I mean, like the official channel. It was their official channel, like the F1 official channel. We've got it fixed right now, so disaster averted. But these guys are ready and in 4K to get the job done. I'm excited. Tony Ferguson, Conor McGregor, two absolute savages. The one that you said you wanted to see, Jay. It is happening, brother, and it is happening now.
Speak it into existence, guys. Your words are powerful. It ended up happening. We have Tony Ferguson versus Conor McGregor. Loser retires. I'm just playing. But
loser retires. Can you imagine?
Yeah, that'd be crazy.
Well, there you go. And for everybody calling out for predictions in the chat, give a big bit of love to a duck on Quack. This man has turned up. He is doing the predictions as we go through the card. Remember to get those votes in. NM Liam versus MMA. The first people to get those bets in on Josh. Obviously, like I said, going to want to continue to extend that winning streak. He is ranked number 10 right now, and a good win here could potentially propel him into that kind of top 5 sort of spot, with almost possibilities of titles then in the not too distant future.
Oh, whoa, hold on. Tony Ferguson was throwing hands that looked nice. This was not the Tony Ferguson I watched go against Nate Diaz.
Well, Tony Ferguson getting the takedown early. I think that's a smart move, Jay. Obviously, you don't want to be on the feet. Do not want to be on the feet at all with Conor McGregor early, especially as he has been a little bit more chinny as of recently. NM Liam showing no mercy here this evening, trying to take his opponent into deep waters, and basically where they're not comfortable, Jay. God damn, already bust him open.
Listen, if you want to say Conor's on something, right, I don't care how much... I don't care what he takes. It's not going to make his chin better from getting elbowed. That still hurts the same. I don't care what you take.
No, exactly, brother, exactly. Especially when you've got Tony Ferguson elbows coming down on that head. I mean, I don't know if you've ever seen the meme of, like, all the fighters that have fought Tony Ferguson, whether they have won or lost, and just the absolute states that he puts their face in each and every time. But Conor McGregor has worked on that jiu-jitsu. People, kind of take the mickey a little bit as if he's absolutely horrendous on the mat. I mean, what he was able to do defensively up against Khabib for a little while and some of the other fights, he's actually not too bad on the mat. And if you're able to use him correctly, you can at least be defensively sound enough to work your way back to the feet, as versus MMA has been able to do right here.
Listen to me. When it comes to Conor grappling, I don't think it's as bad as people think it is. I think it gets a bad rap. It's because there's people who ground game is around the same as his, but they don't say their ground game is as bad as Conor's.
Mm-hmm. Of course, it's when you're on that sort of pedestal, right? When you're kind of at the top of the game, people are going to try to find anything to dig on you at. You're going to make a lot of supporters and, of course, a lot of haters. Now, his striking, of course, is sensational. But one of the things about Tony Ferguson is he is unorthodox, Jay, and he has like spinning elbows and the like at his disposal, which can really catch his opponents at very, very kind of high vulnerable, moments, if you will. You've always got to kind of mind your P's and Q's up against Tony Ferguson. Yeah,
because he's so awkward and it's not what you teach in other gyms. Tony Ferguson has his own style that on paper you're like, he's not supposed to do this, but he's doing it and it's working.
Yeah, it's kind of like that Dominic Cruz effect, right? Going off the beaten path, doing your own sort of, marching to your own tune, if you will. And Tony Ferguson is a guy that lives by that, if nobody else. Very, very unique in character and in fight style, and that really, really is kind of fully showcased throughout his career. But right now, NM Liam, I have to say, he's doing a really good job of blocking that body, returning to the head, kicks him straight to the dome, showing no mercy here this evening. J-Time, what is your reaction to that sensational head kick?
He knocked his head off, right? But that was beautiful. That head kick was beautiful. Like, that's nice. That's all I say. That's nice.
Didn't throw anything before it, bro. You talking about, you striking, off moment, threw the head kick up, and like you say, that guy got his head taken from his shoulder. Respect, all fairness, respect to Josh for taking this fight quite literally on a moment's notice. And it is one of the things that we love within this community, is that, as Reaper was saying yesterday, people and Paps was saying yesterday, well, one of the two, I can't remember specifically who, but this league in particular, with our everybody welcome format, the ability for everybody to get a fight each and every week and work your way up to the live cards, and then of course hopefully for a select few work your way towards that title, it puts you in a position where you have to be ready to fight anybody. You have to be willing to take on, any single person that could step across from you in that cage and be confident in your own abilities. Of course, it did not go Josh's way here this evening, but that mentality will pay dividends for him going forward as he continues to compete. And of course, there are no losses, only lessons there, Jay.
Okay, I'm not gonna lie, that's a loss. I'm playing. No, that's like I'm playing that. That was a lesson, but dang, that head kick hurt me. That was a beautiful head kick. I can't even lie. That was just beautiful. I can't say nothing about that. Great fight, man. That's
yeah. No, bro. No. It's like, it doesn't happen too often, right? Those kind of flash knockouts, but when they do, you just kind of get a little bit lost for words. You don't know really what happened, where it went, if that fight goes another way outside of that flash KO. But I just feel like the timing of it was absolute perfection, and NM Liam gets another dub under his name. But with all that being said, that does bring a conclusion to the prelims and steps us up onto the next fight, which is the one and only Vex Chris up against DB's very own Concept. Vex Chris is currently ranked 10th on the Xbox side of things, J-Dime, and Concept is ranked 11th, neck and neck, trying to fight for their opportunities to not only be in that top 10, but propel themselves further up in that. Currently 2-0 on both sides of it, all with knockouts. These guys have an entertaining style. They have a killer attitude about them. And I feel like that is actually going to be shown in their fighter picks here this evening. We have Ruthless Robbie Lawler up against Anderson the Spider Silva, bro. What a matchup that is.
Oh yeah, if they have exciting styles and they're using exciting fighters, this should be a perfect way to open up this main card.
100%, bro. 100%. They are ready. They already know. Of course, Anderson Silva, he's going to want to maintain that range. He's going to want to be elusive, try to use those kicks up the barrel, and well, like we spoke about earlier, really, Jay, use his range to his advantage, because Robbie Lawler hits so goddamn hard, he's so durable, but he may have a little bit of difficulty due to the footwork and reach disadvantage to try and get in on Silva, if Silva plays his A game here this evening.
Yeah, he got to use this range, but one thing I don't like about this game is it's hard to get range with that body roundhouse because Anderson Silva has a horrible body roundhouse on this game.
Ooh, yes he does. And once again, another thing about Anderson is that you can switch stances with him to your heart's, content. And I would actually suggest it here for concept because it opens up a lot of those shots to the body with the roundhouses, like we were mentioning earlier there, Jay, setting up that body kick and just absolutely being able to dig it home due to them both being on the open side.
Yeah, man, it's the battle of the bald heads right now. Who's the best bald fighter in this division, Cyrus?
They work in that body quite nicely. These guys are intelligently picking at each other's body, doing it relatively safe, but as you saw right there, Concept starting to make some reads and get the head movement going, and it didn't look like Lawler was too happy about that, so he opts to take him down. Of course, Silva does have some missions on his resume, but ultimately, when you're somebody like Robbie Lawler, and you've got Silva dancing about you, moving his head, taking it to the mat and being able to land some of those big power shots may play to your favor if you can stay on top, Jay, which he can.
Yeah, that's crazy. And Robbie Lawler has like an 84 body control, so Anderson may be able to just keep him here and get some damage off Cyrus.
Yeah, for sure. Does decide to separate, of course, which if you're Anderson Silva, I can understand the mentality, but I feel like he's a bit too content to fight on the inside right now. He is getting the better of it, but he has so much range that I feel like it would be doing himself a disservice not to utilize it.
Yeah, and Anderson is doing good right now. He's piecing Robbie up. Golly, piecing him up, Cyrus.
Yeah, he's choosing all of his shots. He's believing in his head movement, and it's giving Chris a lot of problems. Chris, trains with the Vex Boys, which are a phenomenal bunch of competitors. He does not give up easily, and he digs deep and lands a beautiful combination, which was at least partially blocked by Concept at that point. But still very, very evenly contested. I think Silva is slightly ahead here, Jay, but you can already see the danger is ever present from Chris.
Yeah, Robbie Lawler's always dangerous, but Anderson Silva has a lot of confidence because he already put him down once.
And he's like one of the only people, Anderson Silva, where you can, backing up against that cage really isn't as much of a deficit.
Oh!
But he does get caught.
Oh my.
Oh my God!
Robbie with the head kick. Oh, hey Robbie, you looking good. You look like you in your prime right now. He's looking good.
Well, I thought he was gonna get that knockout. I ain't gonna lie to you, bro. Head kick after the rock. Not too many people are surviving that, but old man Silva still got that dog in him, and he's fighting through a difficult fight, bro. I mean, he got that stun, but when he got knocked, and then sat down with that head kick, I was like, there's no way that Silva's surviving that, but Jesus, he did.
Yeah, that's crazy. I thought he was gonna knock his head clean off like the last fight we seen.
Who's surprised, but it does look like Chris is warming up a little bit here. We cannot see his stamina, but you've got to imagine that it's relatively even. He is trying to press forward, but that interrupting straight, the pull lead elbow, Jay.
Yeah, and now Anderson should just try to snipe him from here. He got him hurt. Don't get carried away too much because Robbie is still dangerous, and you don't want to be in a pocket with Robbie, Cyrus.
Oh, I completely and utterly agree with you. The way the Concept was working his combinations and moving on his feet was great, but he does get clipped. And like you said, just the danger is it's never gone when Robbie Lawler's still awake. If he's awake, he's looking for finishes, and he may be getting one right there, bro. That was a big old shot that was landing once again.
Yeah, that's called God-given power. You can't teach that. Either you have it or you don't, and Robbie has it, Cyrus.
He does, he does. Still one of the scariest men to ever enter that octagon. When he sits down and he's like, I'm not just looking to, get the win or whatever. I'm looking to take his soul. I'm not looking just to take his belt, I'm looking to take his soul. And he meant it, bro. He meant it. He's a kind of a dark guy when he gets into that cage. The mentality, I think, is what you need, though. And that's why they call him ruthless. But it's also, you know, he's just... There's no quit in Robbie Lawler. And you can see it right here. I mean, Silva is peppering him with shots, backing him up with combinations. But he just continues to march forward, march forward, march forward, looking for his openings. And he actually finds them more often than not as he lands another one.
Oh, my... Oh. But listen to me, Robbie Lawler, once he gets, he's a nice guy, right? But once he gets in that cage, his character changes. He becomes that killer. And that's what we're seeing right now, Cyrus.
Do you see what I mean, though? Every time he gets pushed back, he's back in the center of the cage. He doesn't seem to lose anything. He's always marching forward. He's always pressing the action. Nothing seems to dissuade him from his plan. He feels like, you know, if he just does this, his opponents will drop before he does. Oh, my God, man, living or dying by that sword. These guys catching each other over and over again.
Oh my God, it's actually over. It has to be because he hit him with shots on the way down.
Yeah.
I'm about to say, yeah.
And he survived that, bro. When he dropped and literally, right, and he hit him whilst he was like rocked and falling. The guy turned and face planted the floor. I don't know if you've ever seen a guy face plant the floor before, Jay, but that's normally the end of them, right? That's normally the end of them, bro.
Yeah, he was out before he hit that floor because did you see when he was getting... Here we go. This is what I need to see. Right? Now keep punching.
Bang.
Mink!
Look at that. He literally turns face down and doesn't even go out to protect himself.
Yeah. They should have ended it after we gonna land the shot. Ended right... Ref. Stopped it. Should have stopped it right there.
Bro, it's so brutal. So fucking brutal. Well. Vex Chris, bro. The guy that was down in that first round bad, up against it, had to weather those early storms, Jay, and gets the comeback. I mean, like I said, he had to dig deep. Both Robbie Lawler and Vex Chris has that dog in them, bro. They're willing to go there to get the job done.
Yeah, that was a great fight, Cyrus, and like I said, Robbie looked sensational. It looked like he wanted a time machine. I'm not going to accuse him of being on anything, but it looks like he just turned the time back like this was prime Robbie again.
Yeah, some say there may have been something in the water bottle in between rounds.
Maybe.
We can we cannot say that is true or not, but it will be tested. Either way, Vex Chris able to elevate his game late in that fight, get the victory. And like I said, I mean, that was a big spot for him. He was ranked number 10th going into that fight, battling off number 11. Now, I mean, obviously that's going to get him some extra points. It'll move him up slightly in the rankings, and it sets him up for opportunities for big fights in the future. Currently undefeated at 3-0, J Dime, and you know that if he's able to put together one or two more performances like that, he is in with a massive shout at that championship. I mean, it's a good one. That was a tough fight for him. I think it was a good test, and if nothing else, it will add to his already very dangerous repertoire, being able to see what he did right and wrong going into the rest of his career with this.
Yeah, you said it. You said it perfectly too. Great fight. And now, what fight do we have next?
Up next will be on the PlayStation side of the equation. It is going to be ranked number 4th, B3 Gemini, up against ranked number 5 in Amazon VS. We've seen these guys being active in the chat throughout. Amazon been trying to cheer on a lot of his guys. They've got very similar records, respectively.
I don't know about cheer on. I don't know.
Well, you've been hitting on some others too. But yeah, these guys, bro, they're 5-3, 4-2 right now. They are trying to work through the killer's row of fighters. We know the B3 boys. We know what they bring to the table. Gemini perfectly, kind of showcases that in his fights, does live and die by that mentality. And on the opposite end of things, Amazon, honestly, they're cut from the same elk, bro. They're just, kind of never give up sort of mentalities. They have blistering combinations in their repertoire, and, they're more than happy to take one to give one.
Yeah, and I love this fight. We're getting Conor versus Dustin again, because as a Conor fan, I was hurt. So I would love to see Conor get this back in blood. With that being said, I can't pick a side. I'm just playing. It should be a great fight, though, Cyrus.
Yeah, for sure, bro. 20-12. These guys have fought each other quite a lot, bro. Now, we know that these statistics going into this one don't actually matter all that much. Of course, it's about when the bright lights are on and being able to step up when it matters the most. But that's not a million miles apart, that record, and it just means that they're going to be very familiar with each other, which could mean that there's no feeling out process if there ever was going to be one with these two guys, as they absolutely unleash with combinations, Jay, fighting in a phone booth.
But first of all, you should know, B3 Gemini's fighting, you know, them B3 boys. It'll never just be a, I'm going to fight from the outside kickbox. It's always, I'm going to sprint forward and make it a dogfight, Cyrus.
Oh, definitely. I thought Amazon, being Conor McGregor, may actually try to welcome on some of that forward pressure that he knew was coming.
Ooh.
What head movement to land that uppercut there. He's actually doing really well. It's those right there.
Oh,
It's those right
that's
there.
the only thing I was scared of, because I love Conor. But on this game, both of them have 5-star boxing combination and the same power, but Dustin health stats are a lot better. So Conor's going to field these shots a lot more.
Well, that is on something else right now. He is trying all he can, landing that lead hook, trying to set him up. Continues to remain in that southpaw position. Both guys, of course, that does set up some big things like that rear hook if they're trying to slip off that center line. But as you see, Conor McGregor really letting go with the combinations, trying to get a little bit loose and unpredictable with it, Jay. And I feel like it's playing to his favor just a little bit.
Yeah, Conor's fighting well too. He just got dropped twice by Dustin, but he's not fighting bad himself. It's just, you know, Dustin is so dangerous on here. And when I say that, Conor stuns him.
Of course, Jay. Of course.
No, of course.
The opposite of Mystic Jay, right?
Yeah, like everything goes the other way around.
It's the commentator's curse, bro. I've been there one too many times, I can tell you that. But that Superman punch has come out a couple of times right now, and he's doing a good job of measuring it out. But I just feel like Gemini is answering back with 3 or 4 punches to the head. And I actually feel like it's got Amazon a little bit frustrated, which is why he's starting to double up on these knees. He's trying to attack that stamina more to put Gemini behind quicker in this fight, because he knows that if this fight goes later, then it may play into his favor due to the combinations that are coming out. It's just it's non-stop. It's non-stop, Jay.
Yeah, this is high-paced, high action right now. And I don't expect Gemini to take any back steps or Amazon. I feel like they're just going to stay in his pocket and brawl, Cyrus.
Wouldn't expect anything less. As you mentioned, the B3 boys kind of renowned for not really taking a back step. And Amazon has started to establish a bit of a reputation for that as well. But Gemini continues to land some of those counter shots on Conor McGregor. And the power is bleeding through. He's been sat down 3 or 4 times in this round. God damn, Gemini looking a little bit ahead in this one. Although he did almost get knocked the fuck out right there, bro.
Yeah, if that counter hit him, he would have died. But I got a question. Has anyone ever got knocked out by an up kick on UFC 4? Is that possible?
Do you know what? I've got to imagine that it is semi-possible. But just the situation's got to be rare, right? It's like you can actually knock somebody out with a Stockton slap. Although it's very, very tough, right?
I have a video of that. Yes, I have a video of that.
That's brilliant. Yeah, it's one of those hard things to do. I'd love to see it, though. I'd love to see it. I'd pay to see that. Somebody get knocked out by an up kick. Brilliant.
Yeah, like, you know how depressing it would be for the guy who's the victim in that situation?
Yeah. Because in that situation, you've probably knocked your opponent down. You're going in for the follow-up to finish them.
And then you just get kicked.
They start out in this second one, Jay. 4 minutes, 45 seconds, or just under that, in the second round left to play. You can see these guys starting out like they left off that last round. No feeling out process. Landing shots. Conor sits him down. What a combo.
Yeah, it's over. Amazon with the W. That was a great fight, Cyrus.
That's I said we knew it was going to be a fun fight.
Yeah.
We knew it was going to be a fun fight. There's no way that couldn't go any other way. What a button combination, though. Well, the way that these guys, it always impresses me more than anything else, Jay. Just the way that they have to dig deep to get the job done a lot of the time. Because Conor was getting whooped at certain moments, you know, like he was, don't get me wrong, he was looking dangerous, but there was moments where he was getting whooped, especially in that early part of the first round. But to overcome adversity, as we keep talking about, I feel like that's almost more sweet than just going out there and getting like a 15-second knockout. Because of course you want to get in there, look great, and get out. But when you get tested, then that's a true showcase of your skills.
Yeah, that was just a great fight and a great comeback too. And once again, like, I don't know, man, just another great fight. That's all I gotta say.
Well, my man, that's another fun one in the bag. Of course, Amazon now going on to 5-2 in the division, currently ranked 5th. So after tonight's card, we will see where he lines up after that one. It does take us on very, very smoothly, of course, to Naz Nim up against EK Capalot. This will be on the Xbox side of the equation, unless I am mistaken. Just waiting for these guys now. Sorry, gonna get a feed up. They're currently going live, is what I hear, but these guys have been around for a long time, especially Capalot, right? The EK boys in particular, but Capalot has been around for quite a long time. He hasn't been as active this season, so he's going to be looking to put a bit of a run together out here, J-Dime. But having his work cut out for him up against an undefeated opponent in Naz Nim, currently 1-0, going up against 2-2 Capalotti, obviously losing 2 of those fights. But when you're in this sort of position, when you're up against the new name, Jay, when you're trying to like push back some of the rising talent within the promotion, remind everybody that you still have the skills to get the job done, and of course try to push yourself up in those rankings, it's a dangerous spot to be in, you know, high risk, high reward.
Yeah, it is, but do you see what I'm hearing right now? Cyrus?
What are you hearing, brother? What?
I'm hearing that someone is trying to change their pick last minute.
Oh really? Oh really? Well,
that's what I'm hearing right now.
Well, this is one of those ones. See, why do people have to be difficult out here, J-Dime? Why do people have to be difficult, eh? So I've let them all know there ain't no changes, bro. This is why we get them locked in, right? So I think this is a good opportunity to bring it up, right? This is the whole point of our check-ins. So if anybody that doesn't know, we do a little bit of a check-in leading up to our fights. An hour before the event, these guys have got a check-in, let us know that they're still available, provide the stream links, and let us know what fighters they're going to be so that each person gets an opportunity to prepare for each other going into the fight. It's the fairest opportunity. It means that we can normally mitigate some of the pitfalls that can happen of a live event and safeguard ourselves against any delays. These guys now, though, look like they went with their original picks. They are ready and raring to go, J-Dime. Happy to see it. I believe that we saw Michael Bisping up against Robbie Lawler making his second appearance here this evening.
Now, I was making sure because I was hearing somebody wasn't going to fight unless someone used the original pick. And I want everything to be smooth, run smooth. So
that's a good spot, brother. A good spot. Just me, I was clutching at straws out the back. We're running a bit of a skeleton crew here this evening. I appreciate everybody coming through and obviously giving the support. The guys obviously in the back doing a great job as always. But this is going to be a bit of an action-packed fight. EK's Capalot going Michael Bisping. That's going to be difficult, right? It's going to be incredibly difficult to get his stamina low. He's got, a resting heartbeat of like fucking 0, man. Michael Bisping does not break a sweat no matter what. He's doing cardio for days, but he may have a little bit of a problem with some of the power that Robbie Lawler brings to the table.
Yeah, he has godlike stamina, but you know how you zap someone's stamina? That power and hit them to the body. That's how you zap stamina.
Nice stuff. Yeah, and this is the thing. When you're a Bisping player, putting the money in the bank, going to the body, attacking the legs early as well, it's just such a smart move. You know where your strengths are. You've got to play to that strengths. Continue to pop that jab, and as you can see, it just interrupts everything that your opponent can do, and makes it incredibly hard for them to get on the inside, and for somebody like Robbie Lawler especially to get some of those big hooks and uppercuts going, which is really where his money shots are to get the big damage off.
Yeah, but I think Michael Bisping's fighting well, like you said. You said hit the body, hit the legs, and he has been attacking them legs, like you said.
Going for it, trying to land the 1-2. God. Sometimes these big shots land and they could almost be stuns. You always feel, it's very dangerous when you are caught mid-combination with a perfect uppercut. Like we're seeing Bisping land right here.
Yeah, I don't know what's a stun and what's not. I thought that could be a stun when he slipped and threw that straight. I thought that could have been a stun, Cyrus.
Yeah, that's what I mean. It's like there's just moments where you know that they are seconds away from potentially getting a knockdown or a rock due to the way that they continue to catch each other in such high vulnerability positions. I have to say, right now the pressure from Robbie Lawler has been really good. He's had some good moments in this fight due to his willingness to engage and try to make this fight dirty, but he does need to continue to try and get some of that damage off because Capelotti's stamina is not going to go down really at all, and you need to make him worried about the damage coming back his way, even if you start getting a little bit gassy. Oh! Easier said than done though, bro.
Yeah, and I'm not gonna lie, he controlled that with the jab. When he threw the jab, it put his block low, and he started ducking down, he threw the uppercut.
Nice little teep there, able to sit him down for a moment, brings us to the end of that first round. As you can see, a knockdown on the side of Michael Bisping, EK Capelot. Going ahead in this round, or in this fight, has to continue to maintain that, which, as we have mentioned, is easier said than done. Robbie Lawler actually keeping it pretty even coming into the second round stamina-wise, which is very promising for him, bro, because he has a clear power advantage if he's able to connect.
Yeah, he does. And... oh, but with that being said, the power may look a little even now because of his head health, because he already been dropped.
Yeah, that's very true. That's very true.
Ooh.
Looks like Robbie Lawler, though, is willing to risk it, and he continues to press forward, attacking the body when he can. Capelotti trying to return with some of those combinations. He's doing a good job of getting those hands back up after his combos and trying to circle out. Because not too many are, landing clean right here.
Yeah, but Robbie Lawler got to get off that cage.
He is having a lot of problems being pressed up against that cage, especially the way the Capelotti is attacking the legs. It's making it difficult for him to be able to choose a step off, because he may be stepping off into a big shot just like that, getting an easy stun on the leg or something.
Yeah, and when does Robbie Lawler switch stance? I don't know what it is, because his legs hurt and he's forced to be in orthodox right now.
Combinations, the head health, not looking fantastic on either side of the equation. Basically even second to second, moment to moment. I think the volume. Oh my god, what a shot to throw in that moment. Gets him caught with a lead hook, Jay. Not a great spot for Robbie Lawler to be in with still 2 minutes left on this clock.
Yeah, he may regret throwing that, because that led to something that shouldn't have happened. Oh, he could have countered off the pull.
What's going on with the combinations right now? They are trying to pepper each other. They're being a little bit more diligent about it due to the damage that they've been able to land up until that stage. Attacking that body once again. Jay, I mean, it's so close. I feel like these guys are tit for tat right now.
It's close, but Michael Bisping's winning because of the drops and the stuns right now. But statistically, and the way the fight's going, this is a very close fight.
Taking the judges out of it, I mean, in terms of, like, the momentum, I suppose, of where the fight is going.
Ooh.
Never mind, brother. Talking of momentum, Capelotti sets him down, trying to get that finish. So hard to get somebody in those ground and pound spots these days, Jay. So hard.
It seems like everybody survives nowadays, Cyrus.
Just the ability to post those shots. I know, just everybody turns into Neo at the last moment, right?
Yeah, with the one punch needed to knock them out, and they always move their head to get out the way.
Oh my, working the body. Looking fantastic, man, honestly. This is a pacey setting throughout the course of this one, making it very difficult for Lawler to try and answer something back, but he's looking good stamina-wise, and this is where you, if you're Robbie Lawler, Jay, risks need to be taken. Any advantage you need to get, take 100%, because you're so damaged.
This was just to even fight. Like, 30 seconds ago.
Yeah,
but now
exactly.
Michael Bisping is starting to take over, Cyrus.
Yeah, I think that workman-like performance, the punches in bunches have slowly chopped away. You know, the bigger shots were being landed by Robbie, which is why he was being kept in this fight. But there's just been too much in terms of volume from Cap a lot. And, you know, ultimately that is causing a lot of issues right now. You can see the head health. Oh, my God, that was so close, Jay.
Yeah, right now Robbie got to put his foot on that gas because, exactly, keep throwing them punches because he's down right now. Clearly.
Oh my, that lead hook just about catching on this. But then again, just the combinations back. EK Cap a lot. Absolutely killing it here this evening, Jay.
Oh my. Yeah, Robbie Lawler's, this may actually be over.
Should have said it, bro. Should have said it. No, I'm joking.
No, I shouldn't have said. You're right. I shouldn't have said that.
Bro, they just do it. They're so good at surviving. So good. Everybody, though. Everybody. Like I said, that killer instinct is there in each of these guys on the feet. They will always find the opportunity to get those last couple of shots in. But on the mat, it's easier said than done. But there it is, G. There it is. A knockout for EK's Cap a lot. Getting the finish late in the third round. GG's to that competitor right there. Tough fight, I feel. Tough fight due to the way that they stylistically matched up.
Yeah, but Capalot looked good while he was winning. It was close, but he had them stuns and them knockdowns early too, and that changed the outcome of the fight. Robbie Lawler was already damaged goods at that point, and he just kept pouring on, kept dropping him, and kept beating him up, Cyrus.
But I think it's kind of what we spoke about, right? That he took the advantages of Michael Bisping, and he ran with that. He knew what he was good at. He knew what, you know, how to play to his strengths, and that is ultimately why he was able to get his hand raised. It's just to stick to that game plan and executing it very, very well. Props to both guys. It made for an entertaining bout for freaking sure, Jay, and it sets us up absolutely beautifully for the rest of the card. Up next, between two absolute killers in the PlayStation division, it is going to be NBK, I'm the GOAT, up against Dino TT. Two well-respected camps, two established competitors within Primetime MMA. And just to give you a little bit of information, I wrote it up a little bit earlier there, Jay. 4-1 currently for I'm the GOAT. 3-0 for Dino TT.
Ooh.
I'm the GOAT is ranked number 2 in the division. Dino is ranked number 3 in the division. These guys are knocking on the door for that championship opportunity in the near future. And just the odds could not, or the stakes could not be at any higher, bro.
Yeah, there's a lot of pressure on both of them right now because both of them are number 2 and number 3 in the rankings. Both of them want to be a champion, but there's one person standing in the way of them fighting for a belt. And it's each other right now. So this should be a great fight, and somebody's going to fold.
Look, I'm the GOAT, okay? Let me just quickly double check before we get into this one, but I'm pretty sure he sent me a message very recently about this, and he was just like, look, I'm ready. I'm making a run for this belt. There ain't nobody as good as me. Nobody's gonna stop me. And Dino is a guy that, you know, he has just, everybody knows, he is from Australia, so you fight on a stable...
New Zealand. Wait, New Zealand.
Is he, oh, New Zealand, is he? Okay.
Yes.
My bad, I got it wrong. But he has been such a dangerous opponent to come up against. He undefeated, as I mentioned, going into this one, which has got to be a little bit concerning, right? When you are fighting in a league like this, and you make it into, like these guys have, the top 5 of your respective division, and you're still undefeated, that in itself is a massive, massive accomplishment. Now, I'm the GOAT has fought twice more than him. He has lost one of those fights, but he believes that is the only loss that he is getting here this evening. He's ready to hand out Dino's first loss if he can there, J-Dime. And as you can see, they're going very, very serious with their picks. Kamaru Usman up against George St. Pierre. Rush St. Pierre, bro. This is the Rush version of him, because Dino does not like to go to decisions. If he can, he goes for that finish. And the same could be said for the GOAT of MMA.
Yeah, this match is going to get really interesting because both of them are going with two of the greatest welterweights of all time. That's how you know they're not playing around. They're not picking no characters that's 4-star. They're not picking. They're picking the top of the top, the cream of the crop right now, Cyrus.
Yeah, well, they're in that top 5, bro. They're in that top 5. So they have it all to play for, right? They have it all to play for. The winner of this could be, and I ain't saying you are, but could be in with a title shot in the near future, right? And that's what you're fighting for when you get to these positions. Each and every fight is you either earning or securing, either earning or getting yourself that one step closer to the title opportunity, which is ultimately where all the bragging rights are, to separate yourself, put that, kind of bullseye on your back to say you are the best, let all challenges come. And as I said, the mentality that these guys have coming into this, they have the mentalities of champions. They're willing to go deep. They're willing to take the fight anywhere it needs to go. And as you see, I'm the GOAT denies the takedown, the very first takedown that was shot, and instantly reverses him across into, with a hip toss, finds himself on top with Kamaru Usman. If it wasn't as bad, already, Kamaru Usman is the man that's on top of you, Jay. And he is a mighty force in any grappling exchange.
Especially when he's on top. I'm not going to go on Kamaru Usman because you've seen what Leon was doing when, I'm just playing. But Kamaru Usman is very dominant on top. But never mind. Now he's on bottom, Cyrus.
Yeah. It's not where he wants to be. His bottom game maybe not as good as his top game. But he gets a perfectly timed reversal after building up some GA right there. I have to say, I'm the GOAT. Living up to his name, Jay Dine. He is doing a great job so far, moving from position to position. Now get some work in Crucifix. I mean, that's got to be very, very much confidence building for him as he goes into the rest of this fight.
Yeah, he's had a brilliant start to this match. I thought it was going to be a filling out process, but he automatically denied a takedown, then hip toss Dino. And from here, he's been more successful than people probably would have thought in this position.
Working that body, absolutely beautiful. Trying to chip away at his opponents. Now a couple of shots up top. You can see the calculated way that he is doing it, Jay. He's not just, unleashing combo after combination. He's choosing each shot, and as a result, he's able to just be a lot more stable in the positions that he's holding.
Oh, but we get another reversal now.
Yeah.
Oh, and then he... Oh, my goodness. This is a crazy grappling match right now.
Lovely work
Nice.
right there. Yeah, perfectly timed. He knew that option was there if his opponent goes to try and take his back and reverse the position. Finds himself now in half guard. These guys, the most impressive part so far is the way that they're working their grapple advantage. They are choosing their shots well, working the GA, and getting reversals, which are absolutely beautiful to see.
Another reversal is crazy. Like, this is a great match, and right now, I think it's a close match, but Kamaru's winning right now, but GSP has had some great reversals of his own, and now he's in a dominant position. Oh, he gets up.
Yeah, it's just savagery, brother. Savagery, the way that these guys are approaching this fight. There is absolutely zero issues with either guy believing in their abilities. Kamaru Usman landing some blistering combinations in the inside, and Dino Gamer trying to work the body any opportunity he can.
Yeah, and right now, okay, all right, the round is over. Kamaru Usman's going to go into the next round with a stamina advantage, and that's a close round, but it's probably Kamaru round.
I would completely and utterly agree with you, man. He started this fight out with confidence, and although GSP had some good moments of his own, I feel like Kamaru Usman really kind of dictated the pace of that round. And as you can see, he comes out a little bit fresher in the second one. GSP going to try and work some of his hands, but no opportunities given as the hip toss was instantly available for him, Jay. And as we saw in that last round, once you go down to the mat with Kamaru Usman, even though you may get some reversals, it's hard to do too much, bro, because he is all over every denial that's available.
Yeah, and usually Dino's the one initiating the offensive wrestling, but Kamaru Usman is reversing it. He's the one initiating this right now, Cyrus.
And it's because he believes in himself, man. It's a dominant pick. Both guys, are known for doing this to their competitors. So maybe just, he knows that Dino Gamer is used to kind of trying to do this to his opponents. So what better way to make them second guess their abilities and, you know, what their game plan than taking that approach yourself and really tagging down to the body.
Yeah, and I'm not gonna lie, Kamaru Usman looks really good right now. This is like prime Kamaru Usman, and his takedown defense is on point, Cyrus. Ooh. Hey Cyrus, I think your mic is on mute.
It is, brother, it is. Thank you for the save. That was actually... that was killer. I was talking away like no business, bro. But yeah, I am just very, very impressed with the GOAT of MMA. He is a very, very solid wrestler. He's, you know, of course, being met in certain positions right now, like you see the big GA build up, and of course, slightly higher pings make it a little bit delayed in terms of the denial, but these guys, the way that they are almost kind of subduing each other in some of these positions and cancelling each other out it's a chess battle, man. These guys are playing chess, not checkers.
Yeah, but you know, somebody has had to have the advantage right now. Kamaru Usman has had the advantage for this fight. So what do you think is going to separate them, Cyrus?
I think it's going to be the damage and the amount of top control if we go to a decision. Okay, these guys, this might be our first decision of this evening. I wouldn't be surprised. They are working at each other, but you know the way it is typically in high grappling sort of affairs. Never mind, back to their feet, start to throw bombs. These guys decided they didn't want to go to the judges after all. I'm here, Jay.
Yeah, you know, usually when it's two grapplers in real life, they end up striking.
It is the case, considering the fact that we just saw the last 7 or 8 minutes on the mat, though. Now we're on the feet, the damage already stacking up. I actually feel like Kamaru might quite comfortably be in the driving seat right here. I don't know, Jay. Which way are you scoring? About the same, bro?
Yeah, right now I have it 2-0 Kamaru Usman right now, but I don't know. I'm not a judge, though, but that's how I have it right now.
No, I do think you're right. I do think you're right, and the chat seems to have it right, have it the same as us, Jay, going into this one. Of course, I'm the GOAT is currently ranked 2nd in the division. He is trying to stop number 3 in the division, Dino Gamer, advancing ahead of him, potentially taking the next title shot available. This is unofficial, but this one for sure is potentially like a number 1 contenders matchup, number 2 and number 3. If these guys can get a W, we may be seeing one of these guys compete for the winner of our main event later on this evening. And oh my god, if I'm the GOAT is able to continue to put on performances like this, he seems in control, Jay. He seems perfectly relaxed and in control.
Yeah, his grappling right now is on point. Like right now, he is winning the grappling exchanges, the offensive grappling, and because of that, he's up comfortably right now.
Nice work. Goes for the arm triangle. First one, he's not going to get it. As you can see, not even trying. He is able to hold down for a little bit longer, which, as you can see, you know, builds up time in his favor and, you know, ultimately gets him one step closer to getting his hand raised if he's able to make it through the next 3 minutes.
Yeah, this is a coming out performance right now for a GOAT of MMA because he's looking really good, and even if he don't get the finish, so far he's putting on a performance that's going to put everybody on notice, Cyrus.
For sure, bro. For sure. Decides to separate, though. This is a bit of a risky thing to do, but that was almost just to play mind games, Jay. He said, step up so I can take you down again, bro. He did just that. He did just that.
Jeez, this is a great strategy, though, right now by Kamaru Usman, and I'm not going to lie. There's no way in hell he doesn't. If this goes to scorecards, there's no way in hell he doesn't win this.
No, definitely not. I mean, he may not need it, though. Crucifix is brutal right here. He's going to go knee on belly.
Oh. Oh, and it's over. GOAT of MMA with the W. That was a brilliant performance by him.
Yeah, I mean, perfection? I would go that far, bro. That was basically a flawless performance. He found himself on bottom a few times, but he didn't really take any damage. He ain't really too beat up. He got a little cut under his left eye. I mean, freaking hell, bro. I think he may have just skewed himself an opportunity of the next tile. I could be wrong. We'll see what the matchmakers say, Jay. But when you are ranked number 2, you beat number 3, and you beat them in that fashion, it's hard to deny him.
That was a beautiful performance. I can't even lie. That was beautiful. His wrestling defense and his wrestling offense, he controlled that fight. That was a clear 3-0 and a great fight.
Referee Yves Leving has called a stop to this contest.
Well, my God, you know, these opportunities get presented. You earn your way step by step, one foot in front of the other. I'm the GOAT. From his first performance to this one has been calling out, saying that he will be champion this season. And he has now just taken one solid step to securing that. We will see who his potential, you know, who that potential shot will be against in the near future. But kudos on a absolutely sensational performance over Jay. And I want to kind of just say this one more time. Over an undefeated prospect up until that time. Dino Gamer, Dino TT, was undefeated. Gets his first loss here this evening. I'm sure he will be back better than ever, but you know it's hard to take somebody's O away, bro. They don't want to lose it. They'll do absolutely everything. And I think that speaks volumes, absolute volumes, to what GOAT was able to do here this evening.
Yeah, that was just a brilliant performance. Like, there's nothing else I can say. He did his thing. He fought flawlessly, and he put everybody on notice.
He did, brother. He did. Well, from one fight to the next, this is the kind of featured fight of the main card, if you will. It is going to be ranked number 4, Toasty Toes, up against ranked number 5, Naz. These guys are going to be fighting in featherweight. Of course, Naz is a former champion here in Primetime MMA. Was able to hold on to that, defend it once, and looks to try and work his way back to his title kind of opportunities there, Jay, because it's not nice when you lose that belt, right? When you drop down in the rankings a little bit, currently ranked number 5, but he knows that his abilities are up there, and he's going to have to really dig deep here this evening. He's going to really have to showcase that up against Toasty Toes, who has been putting on some great performances as of recently and finds himself slightly ahead of Naz in the rankings as of this moment.
Yeah, 2 solid competitors, and I know Naz is probably looking forward to trying to get that title back because he has been champion before. But Toasty Toes, let's not sleep on him. He's here to upset all his plans, and maybe he can get a potential title shot in the future.
Yeah, man, he's ranked number 4, so he's not a million miles away for sure. And getting a win over Naz, even though Naz is one spot below him in the rankings, they are very, very close in terms of the way that their points are stacking up at this stage. And I honestly feel like Toasty could have all of the tools to really start to, elevate his game. His grappling has always been sensational. Working with the DB boys, he has been trying to continue to sharpen his hands, and I have seen ripples and kind of advancements in his game every time I've competed against him personally or had spars against him. There are absolute clear differences and developments in the way that he is striking, which makes him very, very dangerous. Now, of course, Naz, he's always been able to do it all, so he's just trying to continue to level up to stay ahead of the ever-evolving competition. But that can be easier said than done, and this is where it is really showcased. Jay, has all of the work in the lab continue to keep you at the top of your game and keep yourself.
Oh, they're fighting. This is starting really fast. Oh my!
Not wasting any time, Jay. Not wasting any time.
I'm gonna say, if this would have ended that fast, I would have been upset. Oh my! Hey, he is running through him right now. I can't lie to you.
Yes, I was going to say combinations flurrying early. Toasty was able to land a couple, but the pull combination from Naz was absolutely picture perfect. And you know that his confidence is going to be oozing after that. It's going to be at, rising at an all-time high. He's working the clinch engagement very, very well, getting a couple of shots off with the hands and then dipping in with a knee every now and again. But he's already got Toasty Toes half stamina almost and taking a couple of big shots to the head and body.
Yeah, his stamina's already really low. And he started this fight, still is fighting really fast right now. He needs to reset and just take his time because he's fighting really fast and he's allowing himself to get countered. This may be close to over soon. Yeah, it's over.
God!
It's over.
Fatality,
yeah, it's over.
Bro. Perfection. Just like that. Naz gets the job done. That might be the best performance he has ever had in this promotion. Oh, god damn, bro. God damn. I feel bad for Toasty. I know that. I hope he doesn't take that one too hard, but
I'm gonna be real. He should take that one hard, and you should fight him. You should fight him in the parking lot but not by yourself, because
Yeah,
you got
bro.
beat like you stole something. So bring somebody with you, because that was a disrespectful beatdown.
It was, bro. It like that.
Yeah.
Honestly,
Yeah.
that was perfection, right? If we could have those fatalities come up on the screen and stuff like that, that would have been the perfect opportunity to play it. Naz, as we mentioned going into this fight, wants to work his way back to title frame opportunities, taking off one name that is ahead of him in the rankings. Like I said, that was number 4 against number 5. Naz was number 5 going into that, so picking up a nice W, definitely going to advance him in that in the rankings. And let's be honest, Jay, moments like that stick out in your mind. We'll be remembering that one come his next fight. You know, it's a hard one to do, bro. It's a very, very hard one to do.
Well, I'm gonna tell you what it looked like. It looked like he robbed him and took his chain off his neck. That's what it looked like. That was disrespectful. No, that was bad. And if I was not even all jokes aside, I'm joking right now, but if I was Toasty Toes, I'd go cry in the car, and then I'd get back in the lab on Monday. Not today, because I'd be crying if I was him today. But on Monday, get back in the lab, and you got to get it back in blood.
Bro, I am honestly speechless, Jay. I'm genuinely almost speechless. I need a couple of moments. As we move on. We are just about approaching our co-main and main event. Now, as we currently stand, these guys have been blistering through the card. I believe that our co-main event needs just a couple of moments to get the fight prepared and ready to go. What we are going to have to do for just this second is put a very temporary pause to the stream. We will go to our intro screen for approximately a minute and a half, and then we'll be back with you to continue this night of sensational fights. It is only just beginning, guys. Co-main and main event still to go. These are the biggest fights. Xbox and PlayStation Championship gonna be on the line, so don't go anywhere for too long. Grab your drinks, grab your grab anything you need. Take that toilet break. You do not want to miss the absolutely sensational fights we have ahead of you. We will be right back. One moment. What is going on, everybody? We do apologize for the temporary delays. We appreciate each and every one of you sticking with us throughout that short delay. We do have some unfortunate news and then some fortunate news to go along with it. Unfortunately, for the first time in, well, ever, actually, Trickzzy is unavailable. He has gone MIA, so we hope that he is okay and that we hear of him at some point in the near future. But with that being said, although this is the first time that this has ever happened in the 4 years of Trickzzy competing with us, we are going to, of course, give the fans what they came to see, which is an Xbox Championship fight. And that will be KM Caliber taking on one of Trickzy's teammates and former kind of competitors, if you will, or foes in the primetime cage in BFAP, Dirty Dave. Those guys will be stepping up and fighting on short notice in a interim title position here, J-Dime. So not quite the full title, but these guys fighting for the interim title, next man being fighting Trickzzy, of course.
Yeah, it's unfortunate. It's unfortunate what happened, but the show must go on. So whether Trickzzy here or not, it has to go on. We got to put on great shows, great performances, Cyrus.
Exactly right, brother. Now, it is interesting to note that these guys are both former champions. They both have not the fact of just winning the title, but defenses to their name as well. And they are really, really well-rounded guys. I mean, Dirty Dave isn't just gonna, want to shoot takedowns on Caliber, and Caliber isn't just gonna want to shoot takedowns on Dirty Dave. They have a very healthy respect with each other, both in the feet and on the mat. And I feel like they're very, very evenly matched everywhere. Different styles, right? But no matter where this fight goes, I feel like each guy believes that in their ability, no matter where it ends up.
Man, I'm just ready for this show. I'm ready to watch this fight. Because even though we lost Trickzzy, we got another great competitor. So I'm just great. I just want to see this right now.
Well, yeah, well, without further ado, brother, they have just about got ready into the lobby together. We do appreciate Dirty motherfucking Dave being ready on a moment's notice, taking this opportunity to challenge Trickzzy, challenge Caliber for this interim championship. It appears that Caliber's going to go Rafael Fiziev, which is a phenomenal pick, bro. I mean, I've used him once myself since the release. He's a fun pick to go into. I didn't quite catch who did he. Oh my God, he's gone Islam. He's gone Islam. That could be a tough one.
You know why it's tough? Because since the update, Islam has elite striking stats too. He has like 94 speed, 94 power. He has 90-some forward. He can basically do everything right now, Cyrus.
Yeah, exactly, bro. Exactly. Works the jab to the body. He's so well-rounded, given fantastic stats. Of course, he is the champion. And what I said about taking the, where the fight actually ends up playing out there, J-Dime, it is all correct. But obviously there are statistical advantages or stat advantages for Dirty Dave going into this one. Being Islam, he's going to have an advantage on the mat if they do hit at least stats-wise. Yeah,
but I think if I was a Fiziev, good takedown defense, I would mix in them 5-star leg kicks. I just would stay away from that cage because getting taken down by Islam, you may be stuck because he has 100 top control, Cyrus.
Yeah. It's a scary thing, and as you see, Dirty Dave just being so intelligent, uses that catch of the kick to walk him up to the cage. Excellent, octagon awareness. Utilizes that to get a trip, to get him down to the mat, straight into a side control position. And as you mentioned, with that 100 top control, this can be an absolute... I don't even know how to word it, bro. It can be an uphill battle to work your way out of these positions, to say the absolute least.
Oh man, I don't want to be here. If I'm him, like I'm getting PTSD because Islam does this to everybody.
He does, bro. He does. He's a phenom. He is a problem for sure. Now, something that would be also, I'd be remiss if I did not mention this. Caliber, talking about undefeated fighters here this evening. He is 4-0, J-Dime. He does not want to let that go. Undefeated, former champion. And he has one of the biggest tests of this season ahead of him, Dirty Dave. With Islam Makhachev, it does not get any more daunting than that.
Yeah. And then it's not just having Islam. It's because Islam is in the hands of Dirty Dave. So
Exactly.
it's a tough test, but Caliber's always game. And I've seen Caliber take out everyone who's great.
For sure, bro. For sure. And Caliber, man, I have to say, the way he's approached this fight already, the feints that he's used, he's not been discriminating in where he lands his shot. He's going to the head, the body, and the legs very, very evenly and off-timing them so that Dirty Dave does not know what is coming his way. And I feel like it's actually really starting to work for him as he's getting the better of some of the trades on the feet. Although that is a problem. If you ever hit your back on the mat, be prepared for Islam Makhachev to follow you down if he can.
Yeah, you know when Islam gets on top of you, it's really scary. Like, it reminds me of Khabib. I know I don't want to compare him to Khabib because you know everyone compares them, but Islam is a scary individual, Cyrus.
Oh, exactly. He is, bro. He likes to mold people, that Dagestani sort of style. Know what to expect. But I'm pretty impressed with what Caliber's been able to do so far. I do actually think that that's Islam's round, but I thought it could have been a whole lot worse given the disparity in the way the grappling stats go in Islam's favor.
Yeah, but Fiziev has great striking. He has great kicks, and it's the person who's using him. Caliber's using him, so he can make this fight a lot closer because Caliber's really good.
No, exactly. Oh, bro, they're trading on some of these shots right now. And Caliber's actually starting to throw kicks on the inside, which is a little concerning. It could open up some of the big power that Islam actually has in those hands. He does hit relatively hard for the weight class, I do believe.
Yeah, and you know DC had to jazz up his stats a little bit too. So you know he hits really hard on here.
Oh, he does. He does, bro, for sure.
Ooh.
You can see that Caliber is not willing to stay in any position for too long.
Ooh.
He gets a side control transition, which I was not expecting, Jay, but I mean, that's going to play dividends for him. We're only in the second round. There's still 3 minutes in this round to go. But then another potential 15 left on the clock. And looking at it, Caliber's actually in a slightly better spot stamina-wise, although it is marginal to say the least.
Yeah, and Fiziev looking... I don't think I'd ever see this in real life, him do this to Islam. But he's not looking bad right now on the mat.
No, for sure. Trying to feint. Good job of holding the center of the cage from Dirty Dave. He is trying to attack the body and exchange,
Whoa!
but he gets sat down by KM Caliber. The combination's doing fantastically, but the reversal from Dave. Beautiful work as he was trying to go into stacked guard. Timed it to perfection, Jay.
I was impressive because he went from getting his head punched off a second ago to reversing that, and now he's on top in a dominant position. Ooh.
Well. Trying to go. Oh, he's got nice. He's got some submissions from there. So
He's got a Kimura?
I did not know that. Did you?
No. I haven't been on my back with Fiziev yet. I did not know that.
Thankfully, the same. Looks like he's able to hold his own though, but this is not a good spot to be in. That stamina advantage now on the side of Islam Makhachev. The ground and pound raining down, and that is it. In a moment, Jay. In a freaking moment, bro.
Yeah, he went from getting dropped, and we was talking about Fiziev looking good to ground and pounding him. That's, yeah, classic Dirty Dave.
Do you know what? I'm gonna put this out there. I think I might have said it in the past, but I'll say it again. Dirty Dave reminds me of Kamaru Usman. That's who he reminds me of. He has a style, right? Especially early on, which people used to give him a little bit of flack for not getting finishes because he was a little bit adverse to taking risk. But as he's kind of grown into his style, as he's grown in his confidence, this guy now gets finishes. And it's not necessarily that he's even trying to actively hunt for it more. It's just that he now has naturally increased the output due to believing in his defense, and that is allowing him to land more damage and more quickly there, Jay. I mean, I can't remember the last time we saw a 5-round fight and Dirty Dave gets a finish in the second round, and it's even more impressive considering that he did it against an undefeated prospect in Caliber.
On short notice, too.
Yeah, exactly.
Wait, you forgot, on short notice. Yeah, that was a beautiful performance by Dave. Caliber was doing his thing, too. Good performance from Caliber, but Dave with the finish at the end, that was beautiful.
Ooh, well, my God, J-Dime, it has been a very, very much stressful and exciting night of fights so far here this evening. These guys have been keeping us all on the edge of our seats, and this next one is touted to be the best of all of them. It is a grudge match of sorts, the PlayStation Championship on the line as we come to the climax of Primetime 76. NM Smudger, the habitual champion, 7-0 currently in his respective division. He is going on to challenge for one more time up against TT Huhu. This guy, J-Dime, he has been talking the talk, he has been walking the walk. He believes that he has the number of the champion who, like I said, has not lost a fight so far. All of his finishes come via the way of KO for Huhu. He could potentially be the first Egyptian champion in Primetime MMA history. He is looking to do this for himself and his country. And I mean, when you come in with the confidence, I know you've seen it, Jay, when you come in with that sort of confidence, I mean, that's half the battle, because a lot of people get beat before they even get into that cage because they know how good Smudger is. But none of that comes into play here. Huhu truly believes in himself, and he has earned that #1 ranking spot.
You said it correct, 100% right. And I haven't seen a challenger this confident, and he has the crowd too. The chat is over here supporting, saying, "And new, let's go." Who, like, he has the support right now. So this should be a great match.
Bro, I can't wait for it, bro. I cannot wait for it. Conor motherfucking McGregor for the side of the champion, old style with that Viking haircut, right, the top knot. He's going to be looking to come forward, land those hands, and he's going to have to be very, very wary. We've seen it, right, especially in that last performance. We mentioned it earlier, Jay, but he thought that he was going in for a title shot very recently. The champion was not available to compete that weekend, so he had to battle it out up against a #1 title contender, and he was angry going into that fight, and he channeled that anger into a beautiful performance. He looked sensational, knocking back an undefeated prospect at that time. He's almost the, anytime somebody's undefeated, Huhu team seems to take that O away from him, and he believes, bro, he believes that he can do that once again here this evening. And if he can, he will he will gain that primetime gold for himself, his country, and all of his supporters in the chat, as you mentioned. They're starting it out, my man. 5 rounds. PlayStation Championship. We're underway.
Yeah, I'm scared, and this match just started because it's the build-up, it's the anticipation, it's everyone supporting Huhu versus maybe the PlayStation GOAT and Smudger. Like, this is gonna be a great fight, Cyrus.
It's but honestly, these guys, from everything I hear, incredibly closely contested. They have sparred each other. Huhu thinks that he has all of the answers, as I said. He seems to be taking a little bit more of a reserved approach. I think this may be the most reserved that we've seen him so far there, Jay. And I think that is going to be a lot in part due to, the way that Smudger normally fights. He likes to take his fights into the later rounds. So I think it's actually a little bit smarter for him to start a little slower and just to work some of that body work. And you can see it's already getting some big kind of reactions out of corners, every time he gets connected to.
Yeah, and he realizes, he knows it's a 5-round fight, so he's going to fight at a 5-round pace. He has more time to work, more time to make reads, because some people just gas themselves out in the first 2 rounds in a championship fight because it's a sprint, Cyrus.
Yeah, exactly right, bro. 15 to 25 minutes is a absolutely massive difference. I mean, 10 minutes may not sound like a long time, but a minute can feel like an eternity when you're in that cage. And I have to say, starting to spice up. Like, when Huhu gets those combinations going, bro, you can see why he's made it to rank #1. I mean, blistering in both the way that they are landing and with the intent that they have. Killer shots always at the forefront of his mind.
Yeah, right now it's a good fight, but Huhu been looking good early. And he's been having success with body shots early, too.
Yeah. Yeah, a lot of success with those body shots. I have to say, Conor McGregor, the current champion, doing a great job of working that body. And I feel like he's actually done more head health damage than Huhu at this stage. But, with that being said, traditionally, Smudger does best in that 3rd, 4th, and 5th round. As much as I said that Huhu is starting a bit slower in this one, I actually think Smudger's starting a bit quicker as he gets that pull uppercut there, Jay.
Yeah, and he's doing a good job keeping him on the cage now, too. And you know what I remember, Cyrus? This is so crazy. I just remember this. When the camp was BMF, you remember that? They used to say Smudger was next up. If you remember, they used to always say in the chat that Smudger was going to be champ, and it came to fruition. I just now remember that, Cyrus.
Yeah, 100%, bro. People told me about this guy for a long time, Smudger. They were like, he's the next one, he's the prodigy, and he has lived up to all of those accolades and more currently, trying to, not only further himself from his competition, but he's on a mission to set records right now. Oof. If he's able to get a couple more fights in, he may be, knocking on that door of getting his own emote, taking that title away from Trickzzy, who I believe got a 20-fight win streak at one point. We'll have to get all the stats together, but I have to say, not including title shots from last season as well, Smudger maybe knocking at that door. Honestly, this may be the toughest fight of his, his kind of defensive career so far. Huhu has been very confident. He started this fight relatively well, although the champion may be slightly ahead at the end of that 1st round.
Yeah, and Smudger is fighting really efficiently in the 1st round. He's picking his shots with Conor McGregor. And think about this. You know how efficient he's been? He has more stamina than Max in the 2nd round.
Yeah, 100%. Some of it due to the body shots, some of it due to the defensive decisions that he has made. He's starting to make changes now due to the body work that Holloway was trying to do in that 1st round, and he's been able to evade a couple of the rounded kicks that were coming his way. But a big slip off from Huhu there. He's starting to land some more and more shots. It appears that he's a little bit more concentrated on the head come this 2nd round, trying to chip away at Conor McGregor so that he doesn't have too much left for those later rounds.
Yeah, right now it's 1-0 for Smudger, and like I said, Smudger fought very efficiently. He picked his shots very well. He's up right now by 22 stats. When they showed it was 43-65.
God damn, man. God damn. But he gets the first walk.
Oh.
Woo. Bro, the one thing about Smudger as well is even when he gets you hurt, he's still trying to go for that killer blow, but he always pulls, like that one shot where you overextend, he always seems to recognize it in the moment and pull it. And he just
pulls
about
back.
Yeah, just about keeps
no,
himself.
I'm not gonna do this. No, he always does.
Ooh, my god. It's heating up. You know that Huhu, the more he gets damaged, the more he's going to let them fly. He is a guy that, if he has to go down, will go down on his sword and go down swinging for sure. But he is, he's starting to have some combinations come his way. Smudger unloading with fucking killer combos, Jay. Jesus.
Yeah. Hey, you said it right though. You seen when stamina was getting low when he was attacking him? Oh, nope, I'm gonna back up. I'm gonna reset.
Yeah. I mean, that is levels though, right? That is levels. Most people cannot do that, especially in the moment, in the high intensity kind of situations that you find yourself in these fights. To have the wherewithal, to have the, presence of mind to make those reads in the moment and to act upon them is truly what makes Smudger sensational and the champion he has been.
Oh my God. The champ is putting on a great performance right now. And he has his head and body hurt, and he has more stamina than Max Holloway in the 2nd round.
Huhu taunting at him, trying to get into the head of Conor McGregor. Late in the 2nd round, big spin kick lands to the body. He is still in this fight, but he has been knocked way too many times, bro. He cannot get caught, pressed up against this cage, because you know that danger is imminent from the combinations that Conor is about to unload.
Yeah, right. Oh my, that's nice. But Max is getting stuck on the cage a lot of times. He's getting controlled by Conor.
Yeah, for sure.
Nice.
I mean, my heartbeat is racing, my man. This is not good for an old man. I'm telling you, it is. absolutely edge of your seat action. These guys leaving it all in the cage. The challenger getting all he can handle and some after looking good in the opening, section of this fight. There is not a lot of respect being shown between these two guys, J-Dime. They do not seem to like each other. The champion supporter saying that Huhu needs to be humbled, and the roars of Huhu still on the lips of many that are supporting. They haven't given up on him, and you can see why. This guy still believes in himself. He doesn't believe he's out of the fight yet, but it's an uphill battle, Jay, and he needs to really step this up and kind of get a big moment going his way, because Connor is just landing at his own will right now. Everything he wants to land, he does.
Yeah, he is, but it's not over yet. Huhu is still dangerous, but he is getting, I'm not gonna lie, he is getting pieced the fuck up right now. My bad, Cyrus. He's getting pieced up.
You are absolutely right, bro. You are absolutely fucking right. Oh, nice knee.
Ooh, nice.
Like I said, he's still in it, though, man. He ain't out until the fat lady sings, and she ain't singing anytime soon. Huhu trying all he can to get the combinations.
Ooh.
Oh my God.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. It's not over, but it's been looking bad for a while.
Exactly right, brother. Exactly right. Third round as well. We're actually just about approaching the halfway mark of this fight. Huhu still trying to get something going, but that left hand finds the money every single time it's thrown.
Ooh. Oh, he said, let's go back. Oh.
My.
Ooh, the reverse. This is dominant position. This is maybe what he needs. Ooh. Ooh.
God damn, man. These guys. Every step of the way, find it out, Jay. I mean, fuck, man. The action. This is everything we expected to be, and some. For sure. The taunts, bro. The taunts from
Shout
Huhu.
out to Max Holloway. He's taunting while he's been getting pieced up. He's had some success too, but he's been getting pieced and he's been taunting, which is still crazy, Cyrus. Either he really that confident, or it's a defense mechanism where he really, that means the shots are affecting him, Cyrus.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, look, he is taunting in the face of adversity for sure. Bro, this is what is worrying. That he cannot be there. Back pressed up against the page. That is it, bro. It's no way he survives it, surely.
This is it.
And
it.
still.
And still.
And Smudger.
Jeez. Another brilliant performance. Another one. That's...
I mean, Jay, this guy as a champion, 8-0 now. 8-0. Walking his way towards... Like I said, records. He is almost knocking on the door of breaking, and he's looking fucking flawless every step of the way to doing this. This was a tough fight. It was a tough opponent. We saw everything that Huhu had been able to do up until this fight, but maybe the moment got to him just a little bit. He got pressed up against that cage a couple of times, didn't seem to have the answer for the cage cutting and the pressure that Smudger was bringing to the table, and ultimately that 1-2 from Conor McGregor continue to land throughout the course of the fight and set up all of that big damage to the very end until he was able to get the finish there, Jay.
Yeah, beautiful performance by Smudger once again, and it brings me back all the way back then when it was that camp BMF. All them boys said Smudger was next up. He's the next champ. I remember, and that's crazy because he even overachieved that. Even he got the belt, and he's done even more. Look at the stats.
Yeah,
just look at that.
That's bro, Smudger, he's the real fucking deal, bro. He is the real goddamn deal. I'm telling you, like, if anybody doesn't know, y'all know now. Smudger currently separating himself from the rest of the competition. Currently pound for pound 1 in the promotion, bro. Trickzzy was knocking at the door, but if he continues to do stuff like this, there ain't nobody catching him, man. Ain't nobody catching him. He is up right now, Jay.
Yeah.
My God.
Yeah.
Well, guys, it has been an absolutely sensational night of fight. Thank you, each and every one of you who have come through and been with us on this journey before today, and in the future. All of the follows, the little biddies, the subs and the like, it's all greatly appreciated. We will be back with you next Friday and Saturday with more primetime action. Make sure to hit follow. Keep that notification bell on if you don't already to stay notified with all of the upcoming events and content that we plan on putting forward for you. Until then, join the raid at the end. It has been an emotional time. Enjoy the fights later. Have a great night. Much love and peace out.